Hello, everybody. We are live here playing Dungeons & Dragons, Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I am your humble and somewhat cat-loving tonight DM, Matt G. We had a wonderful pre-show discussion regarding cat homebrew and how you can homebrew your own cat class or cat classes. Not race, right? Because we have Tabaxi. But cat class, like cat sorcerers, cat paladins.
Ooh.
Cat paladins. Imagine like a paladin in service to a greater cat god.
Wouldn't
that just mean Egyptian?
No, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be.
I mean, that would be kind of cool, right?
I'm pretty sure. Regardless, it's gonna be a catastrophe.
Okay.
There is
I'm gonna hit you in the face.
Get out.
I'm gonna reach for the internet and punch you in the face.
Well, there is a plague book about ancient Egypt, so that probably works.
Right.
There's a lot of cool cat.
It's your sacred duty to knock everything off shelves.
So you are resistant to I don't know,
Falling damage?
Yes, resistant to falling damage, and you are vulnerable to laser pointers. So yes,
flashing light.
all radiant damage does twice as much damage to you. Anyway, that's the kind of discussions we have before our D&D games. How about you guys out there? I'm sure you guys have completely tangential discussions before you start your games. I, for one, I'm happy to be here today. I'm happy that everybody's here before the July 4 weekend. Here in the U.S., we have, good old Independence Day. Yay, America.
America.
America. And so a lot of people are off from their places of work this week. My particular place of work has been a ghost town for the most part. Yeah, it's a good thing, though, because you can just sort of think about the things that you should be thinking about, like how to plan your D&D campaign.
And how to make a cat homebrew class.
How to make a cat homebrew class. I should take the rest of the week and try that.
There you go.
But anyway, hope you guys all had a good week last week and upcoming this week. Let's go ahead and go around the table and say hi. Just an FYI, this is sort of an announcement. I just joined Instagram. What? I know, crazy. So yeah, now there's a new DM Matchy Instagram, so I can communicate to all the awesome D&D Instagrammers out there in the world, and hopefully get some Instagram love on some of the stuff that we do.
Matt, you're always a DM, apparently.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to follow your bliss. So yeah, Instagram, the way to go. Twitter is not enough, it seems nowadays. You have to go Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all the rest of that nonsense. Oh my God, it's destroying me. But yeah,
go further beyond.
Yes.
That Facebook fan page.
I don't know about that yet. That's a little like much. I have to get to affiliate first before that happens because I don't.
Facebook is.
What about Friendster, you guys? I mean, come on.
What?
Yeah, Friendster and MySpace. Where's my top 5? Is it top 5 or top 8? I can't remember.
We need our Epic Games creator code, not sponsored.
Right.
But you know who we are sponsored by? Water.
I need more of it. I might actually take a break after
Make sure to take your doctorly recommended dose of 8 cups a day of water.
So much.
You feeling great.
How would you need?
That's a lot of water.
It really
10 out
is.
of 10 doctors recommend it, and the other none don't know.
He's obviously hydrophobic. So let's go around the table and say hi. Let's start at top left as we always do. Sarah, hey Sarah, how was your week?
Hello! My week was pretty good. I spent most of it blasting through the remastered version of BioShock and killing stuff.
Oh my gosh.
So good. I'm down. I just gotta go. I just got the final boss left, so I've been giving myself a little breathing room to mentally prepare for that.
Oh, with those creepy like little girls.
Sisters?
Yeah.
No, I actually my end game now is if I ever win the lottery and can have all the time to just make things. My fiance is like a foot taller than me, so I would make him a big daddy and make me a little sister.
Oh my gosh.
It would be so good. But our apartment is too small. Like a big daddy costume would literally not fit in our house. We'd have to like give up the couch. So
I mean, couch.
Some
Big daddy
couch,
costume.
Big daddy costume. just make it really squishy. You can sit on that.
Dual
that's-
purpose. Yeah, there you go.
Dual
Perfect.
purpose. That's gold. Right
Well,
after
that's
my
cool.
Battlestar Galactica flight suit. 'cause
Oh
there's
my
no-
gosh, you're just like hitting all like.
I've been aiming to do that one for years now, but the helmet is where I'm getting stuck. One of these days, I'm gonna figure it out, man.
We all have dreams and aspirations.
We
Septur,
do.
what are your dreams and aspirations? Let's go say hi to you. How was your week, man?
I have a dream.
I have a dream. What is your dream?
But I mean, for me, things are going all right. Getting a 3 days off this week, thanks to
Mm-hmm.
holiday and all that.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy stuff these days.
Yeah, I
Like-
heard.
Can't imagine why.
I don't know who that was, but he was spot on.
Oh yeah, that'd be him, all right.
That's your roommate. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, played some Final Fantasy VII. Escape from Midgar.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have to put that down for another 8 months because the remake is coming out next year.
Okay.
And then apparently Shadowbringers just got released recently for Final Fantasy XIV, the MMO. So just been trying to kill some time.
Cool.
Just try to see what the hell's new in that thing. And oh my god, a shit ton of people still play that game.
Oh yeah, a lot of people still play it because it brings back such memories.
I mean, it seems like it's way more like positive and alive than World of Warcraft, at least. So,
Why do you say that?
well, from what I hear, a lot of the people these days on WoW just prefer the classic.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
the classic
I've
version,
heard
yeah.
about that. Yeah, a lot of people are going back to classic because they think that that WoW is sort of rife with a lot of sort of story issues and just sort of playability issues and stuff like that.
But yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
but I'm with you.
I don't know,
So
it's just interesting how like, sorry,
no, I understand. A topic for another time, shall we say?
yeah.
Cool. Now down here below me, we normally can see Drakon. Drakon's having some problems with his webcam today, which is totally cool because we can see your gorgeous dragonborn face instead, but we can still hear you.
Yep. Hi guys, I'm Drakon, the Edgelord Supreme of technical difficulties. So today I polymorphed into my character just to prove how immersive I like being, and to one up everybody else. Because you gotta keep your edginess somehow.
You know, you should be able to animate your portrait one of these days.
If I did, he would just be violently shaking and slowly like getting more and more angry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be distracting to say the least. So
Yeah, that's why we're not doing it.
I'm gonna veto that one.
That'd be hilarious.
For some, it's frightening for others. Down here, bottom right, Kraw. Kraw, how was your week, man? What's going on?
Been all right. Been all right.
It's been all right.
I just want to say to the people who are watching, weird champ. Not to the people who I invited. They
Okay.
know who they are.
Okay. Is that like some kind of secret code? Is this like
Yes.
is this like the kill code? Like are people like on when I say this word, you will storm
No,
the streets
It's
with your
more
water
like-
guns.
Imagine Thieves' Cant for a meme lord.
It's,
That's
You're a
what
meme.
it's not. Don't
He's
worry
doing his
about it.
Thieves' Cant for meme lords.
Oh,
That's
here we
what
go.
he's doing right now.
In chat, someone has just put in weird champ. Is this the beginning of the end?
Don't try to divulge in it. You'll get too confused.
Is this an anagram? Is this a
No.
puzzle I must devour and now I'm
It's
okay.
like it's like the
Syntax
7th
astronomy?
level of irony. I don't think you want to go that far because once you go past the 5th level, you can't come back.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I will take it under advisement.
keep
Self-
your innocence, dude.
Weird champ. This will require some googling during the break.
No, just keep your innocence.
All right.
We don't need to sacrifice another soul to the meme gods.
We'll see. We'll see. Up here, top right, Alex. How are you, man? Welcome back from Peru. You might want to push to say hello.
On, Matt?
Oh.
Oh.
What's going on, Matt?
Okay. Is this your idea of the voice mod? Like, because that's pretty good. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Matt?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm good, man. It's Peru's been great. It wasn't great. Good to be back. I've been obsessing. I've been obsessing with Pathfinder Kingmaker, and I'm very much enjoying that game to the point where I got to stop enjoying it because it's just eating up too much of my time.
Mm-hmm.
Feel that.
I've been obsessed with the oversimplified series of videos on YouTube for some reason. So it's just a marvel to watch them. It's like they cover so much, but yet so little. But they're so right. It's the way he inserts his advertisements, his adverts. It's just nuts. You guys should check it out.
Not sponsored necessarily by Pathfinder Kingmaker, but holy shit, what a ploy! Like honestly, if you're watching out there, this guy is he's on your trail, so watch out. Pathfinder Kingmaker. Anyway, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're having fun, man. Honestly, but
I am. I'm enjoying myself, my life. It's all good.
that's all you can ask, man. That's all you can ask. So let's go into a description as we do every week, as to what occurred. Yeah. Let's do it. Are you guys ready to start?
Yeah.
Cool. Here we go. All right. So last time we met, investigating the corridor with the reddish glow, Zeke decided to bring out a new friend to check it out without endangering the group. A fierce direwolf emerged from Zeke's bag of tricks, who she named Ermengarde. Ermengarde. The wolf padded down the corridor, only to be assaulted by two animated constructs, legged ballista, that shot magical fire arrows. Not making those sounds, though. More like. Who or what was the creator of these strange contraptions? After defending themselves and destroying these creatures, the group decided to pass further to the west through a set of double doors. The room beyond had a multi-spigoted beer tap, but seemed empty of liquid until Qrevialur turned a tap and greenish goo spilled out, narrowly spattering on him in acidic... an acidic shower, so to speak. Forging on, the group opened a door and were hit with a wave of nausea that they were barely able to endure. And Talron deduced that this effect was due to Undermountain itself, and its effect on the party. Moving on, they verged into a beer storage room where they found yet another undead beholder hidden in one of the vats, and through their combat prowess were able to handily destroy it. Beyond that room lay a hallway lined with deep pits, and one of which Qrev stumbled into, unfortunately, but was rescued by his compatriots. Then to the north and to the south, they found rooms piled high with barrels of ale. Investigating these barrels, they found a deadly threat, mimics, disguised as beer barrels.
The worst.
Yeah, the worst. Destroying these foul aberrations, the group gave a thought to potentially setting up a new beer business in Undermountain. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, but then thought better of it. Further on into the dungeon, the party was surprised when a portal to somewhere under the ocean appeared above their heads, and a tentacled creature narrowly pulled Elbauthin up into the briny depths. Thinking quickly, Zeke put a wall of stone on the ceiling, severing one of the creature's tentacles, sealing the hole, and preventing the ensuing flood of water. And that was when Elbauthin and Zeke received a message in their minds that announced that they had 1 point. What that means, if this was some sort of game, their lives certainly seemed to be the measure of the fun had by its insane creator. Moving around the twisting hallways, they finally arrived at a long set of stairs. Finally, a way down. But the insistence of Haleth Gark to inflict vengeance upon those who had killed him, and Nerthiost to find his long-lost master, that they were not done yet on level 2, made them think better of moving on without their companions. They found a long room with 5 dragon skeletons standing ominously in a row. I mean, who could kill and just sort of display these powerful creatures? And then after that, a dead end with just a skeletal tiefling and what remained of its earthly belongings. Frustrated by their lack of progress, they moved back to yet another unopened door and opened it to find a strange robot creature, a Modron, guarding a set of 4 pillars with carvings of beautiful elven women, and these pillars were glowing with magic. And nearby they found a myriad of statues of different creatures. And judging by the countenance of these beings frozen in horror, they were more than likely once animated beings or animate creatures who had been subject to some sort of petrification magic, including a lizard folk that reminded Talron of someone he knew long ago. Finding one of these creatures not yet fully turned to stone, Ferros cast Dispel Magic, and the creature fell to the ground, gasping for air. He introduced himself as Zam, and told the group that he was part of a gang here in Undermountain, headed by someone named Rizaril. Exhausted by the day's events, the group retreated back to the room with the Modron, where Zeke magically summoned a majestic adamantine tower in which the group could finally find solace. And that is where we stopped. So, let's flip you guys to the map and go ahead and get started. Yeah. Okay.
So we have had a long rest, right?
Yes, your long rest went uneventfully, seemingly.
No dreams.
Can you
at
ping
least.
us wherever we are?
Absolutely.
Oh, there we go. I found us.
You found you already? You found you before? There we go.
Pretty dreamless.
And I will switch the stream so that you guys can all see where they are. And here we go. So there they are, folks, in that room in the top left-hand corner. And as you all awaken, from your respites, you see Zam, or at least you think it's Zam. He doesn't really look like this anymore. He looks like, well, hold on. Let me just get the right token for him. Where are you? Token? Yeah, let me get the right token. Where are you? Here we go. Yep. He looks like Aviz. He looks like a young man, sort of. He's got sort of large teeth, got a big old overbite, frilly brown hair, sort of wiry brown hair. And he sort of wakes up, stretches. Yeah. Looks around.
Who the bloody hell are you?
I'm Zam.
You're
You
you're
look
bald.
different.
You're bald.
Well, I mean, I don't really have an explanation. Yeah.
Did you spend all night shaving?
What? I'm confused. Shaving?
You were covered in fur yesterday, dude. You kind of looked like a mouse.
Yeah. I
and now you
mean,
look like
it's
a man.
it's like it's a nocturnal skin condition.
So you turn into a mouse at night?
I mean, it's technically a rat,
Okay.
And it's I mean, I could usually control it. I could sort of turn myself into, well, lots of shapes, mostly sort of like, this is my normal shape. But you know, if I want to, I could change myself into sort of human rat ish. It's kind of like how you saw me last night, but I can also turn myself into a giant, like a big old rat.
Can I insight
Like
check?
a
But always a
type
rat.
of,
Just there's varying sizes. Can you be a tiny rat?
No, I can't do that. I'm not like, I have to sort of keep the same mass.
Is it like a type of lycanthropy?
Yeah. What were you about to
Okay.
say?
I'm about to say if I could like insight check. To see,
Absolutely.
like,
Go for it.
oh well, fuck.
I mean, from what you have heard, you don't know anything about what the hell he's saying, so it doesn't have a reason to lie to you.
I'm gonna try just out of curiosity.
So it is a type of lycanthropy.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's a good kind of lycanthropy, though, right? Because, like, I can do all kinds of stuff while I'm a rat.
Not be in public, I'm guessing.
I mean, people
What
don't, like, I can get into small spaces if I need to, as a large rat.
Okay, so you can squeeze into small spaces. Anything else? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, I mean, I can, like, go really fast sometimes as a rat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you said something last night about how you were trying to join a gang and then you got turned into a statue. Could you
Yeah.
elaborate on that a little bit?
I mean, sure, no problem. And he looks over, and Haleth Gark, who has not been sleeping all night, sort of is just staring at him. Like, who is that? He gets very worried looking.
That's
Do you know him?
Don't worry about him.
He's Ferros' pet undead creature.
Yeah, his man slave.
Haleth turns to you, Elbauthin, and says, I ain't nobody's pet.
Oh, it's nice to see that sleep has rejuvenated everybody's spirits. Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna take a stretch walk real quick. If
Okay.
you guys don't mind me.
Go for it.
Yeah.
He's on a
So you said you
particular
got-
mission to.
So you, again, got turned into a statue while you were trying to join a gang by whom exactly?
Right. I mean, like, I came down here because Rizarol said, hey, if you really want to join my gag with all the rest of your family, then, you know, then you just have to go and scout out on level 2 and make sure that, you know, that the Xanathar Guild aren't doing anything that we don't want them to. And the next thing you know, I sort of wandered around here and I turned into my human form and I saw this robot kid thing. I don't know what it is. And next thing you know, there's this weird old guy and he just like points his finger at me and next thing you know, I can't move.
Old guy with a
Did
beard
he have
and crazy,
crazy eyes?
I mean, most old people kind of have crazy eyes.
He had crazy eyes.
Big beard.
Really wild, weird guy. Yeah, beard.
I mean, he said Hallister last night.
Is this the statue of the lizard? Like this one I'm at?
Let me move you over to see if I see what you're saying. No, the statue of the lizard is...
One over.
I think it's here. I think it's over here, Talron. Where I'm pinging.
Oh.
I'll double check, though. Let's double check to make sure. 25I is that room. Not that that's giving very much away. No, I beg your pardon. That is not correct. It is actually you were closer than I was. It's actually down here. Yeah, down here. That's the lizard folk.
All right. I'm gonna give it one more look, trying to see if I even recognize it.
Sure. I would say make an investigation check. You look at this lizard creature, and although its garb is somewhat familiar to you, considering your past, it's wearing a loincloth, it's wearing some sort of tribal necklace. Its mouth is open in a sort of a grimace, a sneer, and its long fangs are pretty evident. Its eyes are sort of shut like this. You don't really recognize any of the markings, maybe because it's sort of petrified already. You can usually tell other lizard folk by either their stripes or the color of their skin, modeling of their skin, their size, their smell sometimes is also another way of you telling who they are.
I raise up a hand. Get the glowing energy going on.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna start Eldritch blasting it,
Okay.
like, to pieces.
Okay. Wow. Okay, then. The first one hits. The second one hits. The third. Yeah, after the second one, which crits and does 7. Wow. Okay. So the first one does 11 force damage. Jesus. Okay. After the second one, you guys just hear. You actually probably don't even know. Where are you guys still out? Are any of you outside? Yeah, Qrevialur, you don't even need to make a.
It's got arrow slits. We can hear.
So fair enough. Everyone starts hearing from the east, like the very familiar sound of Talron's Eldritch Blast, just going like 3 or 4 or 5 of them, and the sound of cracking stone.
I am. Is he more than 120 feet away from me?
No, I would say not. Let's measure. Let's see. I don't think he is. He might actually be, now that I think about it. Here, let me zoom out. Let's take a look. He is... Yes, he is 155 feet away from you.
Shit. Okay.
Sorry to say.
That's okay. I'm just gonna say, I didn't... Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back. And I am going to leave the room and start moving just through the space in general, looking to see if I can hear where it's coming from.
Okay. Yeah, Nertheos is like looking down the hallway, and he's just like... He looks at you, he looks down the hallway, and by the time you get to the middle of the hallway, you see just Talron, like, just throwing blast after blast after blast, and you see this big cloud of dust coming from the end of that, whatever he's shooting.
Dude, what are you doing?
I shoot another one.
He's relieving stress.
Bud, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
He's not fine, by the way.
One more.
There's just
Jesus.
like pebbles. There's literally nothing but pebbles left.
I kind of like very gingerly put a hand on his shoulder, and I'm just like, hey buddy, why are you shooting the statue?
Some things are better off forgotten. Some things just better off that way. Just need to get things out of my head. I'm fine. I'm fine, really.
Okay. All right. I get you. We've all got stuff. But you sure do you feel better now? Do you feel better?
I'm good. Just yeah. Let's just go back and before I go back and and I
mean,
love just one last.
Okay.
Now I'm good.
All right, buddy. Then
I'm good.
are the rest of the statues safe?
Yes. Fuck that one.
Okay. I'm
It's
gonna
pissing
give
me
him
off.
one more. Okay, that's a little weird, but it's as long as you feel better. All right. Just gonna give him
I am better.
one more pat on the shoulder and then make my way back.
Make him way.
Be like, oh, by the way, I'm trying to get some info out of rat guy who's no longer a rat. So like,
Oh yeah.
if you want to come chat, I'll be in the tower.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
How long does the tower last?
Until I put it away.
Oh, so it lasts. There's no end to the tower's
There
spell?
is no end to the tower until everybody leaves and we all leave and I speak the word and it shrinks back into a cube and then I put it back in my bag.
Wow.
Can't you shrink it back into a cube when people are still in it?
I don't know. I've never tried. But I feel like it might
Don't
end back.
start.
I mean, my inanimate objects in here have all survived, but I've never done it with anything living, and I don't know that I want to try now.
Maybe not with these living.
I mean, I don't know. Y'all piss me off. We'll find out what happens.
Never going back in
I
that
bat
book.
my eyelashes a little after I say that. Like, I flop back down in my owlbear rug.
Althar.
Who,
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Having problems hearing me? Or?
No, we're hearing
Yeah,
you.
we hear you.
You were saying?
Okay. So Halathark.
If you were talking
what
to,
should happen-
you're talking to Haleth, right? Haleth Gark.
Haleth Gark.
This
Is that his
guy.
name?
That's gay. The undead walking Terminator guy. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
So, just a quick question. Once you find these people who betrayed you and you kill them or get your revenge, what do you do then?
What do you mean?
What happens afterwards? What happens to you? What are your plans after?
I mean, I don't know. I assume that whatever power brought me back from the dead has some plan for me after.
But right now, your sole purpose is to avenge your death.
That is my reason for existence in this form. It's the reason why I haven't gone on to the whatever kind of afterlife is in store for me. Maybe that's what happens when they're all dead. Maybe my God will give me another sense of purpose. Maybe she'll do something else. I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
Maybe you'll die.
When you say maybe you'll die, Hallis sort of like glances at you for a sec and says, "Wouldn't that just be awesome?" And then he walks out.
So
I was in the middle. He just walked out, and okay, cool.
Yep, he doesn't want to talk to you.
So when Talron came back, first thing that happened is Neartheos probably got like a little bit too close, and he was like, "You shoot big explodies, beautiful show."
Okay.
Does Talron say anything?
I'd rather do. Be careful, you might just be at the end of it.
Well, that doesn't sound too fun.
No, it doesn't.
Tyrone, why don't you
And
explain what
then,
you just did?
Wait a second. So before that, Qrevialur would probably approach Talron and like put his hand on his shoulder and just say, "Is everything all right?"
I'm fine.
You know how obvious that's not true, right?
Who's asking?
Me. I'm asking. I just did, didn't I?
Do you mind
Do I mind what?
backing off?
Well, you need to tell me what's wrong first.
I don't need to tell you anything.
So, you just want to leave? Go home?
I
Or
have
do you
no
want to
home.
Wait, what exactly did Talron do?
Shot a statue a bunch with Eldritch Blast. So I can fix that. If you need a home, I can get you a home.
Back off, old
That's
man.
As this is going on, I signal Elbauthin to come out of the tower, please.
Oh, I'm
What
chilling.
did you just say?
Is Ferros here?
I'm
Nope.
also Tyrone.
No, you're
Parasite.
the only one inside still.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll leave the tower.
Here I am, trying to be nice to you, and you're acting like a spoiled, fucking little bitchy brat. Grow
Okay,
the fuck
wow.
up. We're in a dungeon where we could die at any goddamn second. And yet you're sitting here pretending like nothing's wrong. We can either be a group or not. So I'll ask you again. What's wrong?
There you go.
I just mutter the word "vamonos," and my tower shrinks back into a cube, and I pick it up and I put it in my fucking bag.
The Modron, who has been attempting to sort of sidestep you through all of this, like, sort of fracas, he's just like constantly walking around this square in a sort of a counterclockwise square. He finally sees that the space has opened up where this like tower was, and he just like stands there. He's like, and like his pace quickens.
Talron, might I ask what you
What?
did?
Didn't get the memo?
Tell me.
There was a statue.
Right.
Just got a bad feeling from it. Blasted it apart.
Okay. Second question. How
Hmm.
did those statues come to be?
Who was asking?
Me, right now.
Yeah?
Those statues. How did they come to be?
Zam sort of puts his hand up and he goes, I mean, it's kind of obvious.
Tell me, Talron. How did they come to be?
Maybe for being unlucky. Just old man?
So you're telling me they came from a living being, right?
Here's the thing. Every other person that's been petrified so far, I feel bad for those guys. Alright? I feel bad. One of them, however, I don't feel nothing. Now can we get a move on?
What did you do to him?
What do you think I did?
You killed him.
So?
Why did you kill him?
That's not your concern.
No, it is my concern.
Oh,
Going
now
around
you care.
Brutally murdering people who are defenseless, petrified, who could easily be restored later on. And you're going to pretend that you've done nothing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that other lizards had feelings.
Oh, so your feelings give you the right to kill another one.
Yeah, just like how they never gave anything to me.
So
Huh?
you can just randomly kill anyone you want because they didn't give you anything?
Other lizards, maybe. Sure.
Any
Hey,
lizard?
judge and jury guy. You know that right now you're helping some undead creature seek vengeance on a whole bunch of people, and you're talking about whether or not Talron can shoot a statue or a petrified.
You were petrified once, don't you
A
remember?
little bit conflicted, maybe.
Would you have been okay if he had destroyed you while you were petrified?
I wouldn't have known. Because when I was petrified, I didn't know.
That's right, but you wouldn't. Would you want
I'm
him to
just
destroy you when
lamenting.
you're
I don't know.
petrified?
Maybe he had a feeling about the statue, so he took the statue out. It's wrong. It's wrong at the end of the day. But you, on the other hand, are helping our fellow here seek out his previous party and murder them all.
They murdered him.
I don't know that, nor do you.
That's his testimony. That's what he said.
Right?
He hasn't shown any indication of lying.
I don't know whether he's lying or not. I do know that his party's seeking out vengeance. I know that his whole purpose is vengeance. he doesn't even know what's going to happen after.
So just
His,
I want
his
to make
entire
sure.
existence is vengeance.
Yeah.
Nobody
make
is
sure the
judging.
different
Nobody's
are
judging
clear.
but him.
You see, Talron went to that statue. There's no vengeance involved. He merely killed it because he felt like it. There was no real reason. He just had some sort of anger outburst. Howleth, on the other hand, was actually killed by the people he's trying to get revenge on.
I don't know.
I think that's a pretty big difference.
I think I'm just gonna go.
I actually don't
I
know.
think I'm gonna open this door that I'm standing in front of.
Okay.
You guys can continue your conversation. I'm gonna go check out this room.
I mean, if you have some sort of problem with me and Howleth getting revenge on his party for killing him,
Yeah,
Sure.
go.
what am I gonna do?
You
Why should I have a problem with that?
Well, I mean, I remember previously we were attacked. I actually was right around the same time that I first met you guys. We were fighting the King of Feathers, and you attempted to rescue a Mal, the snake people. What are they called?
Yuan-Ti.
That's right. You attempted to rescue a Yuan-Ti that was attempting to murder us. I don't see all of a sudden the reasoning for with just his word of mouth, you helping him seek out people and murdering them. That and the fact that you're okay with his judgment. You don't even know who he is. Nobody else has judged it but him and his God, supposedly. I don't even know. Do you know? I mean, you're the guy that sits in a cell and doesn't break the law. You're going to help him now go and murder a group of people and without judgment being passed? Just with his own judgment? It's an interesting conundrum you're in there, Ferros.
Zeke.
You're gonna sit there with the moral high ground.
Zeke, you've had your hand on that doorknob for a good 30 seconds listening to these guys. Are you turning the doorknob or are you?
Oh, I'm so turning the doorknob.
The doorknob has been turned. And with that, you guys hear as the door opens. We will leave this argument, as interesting as it is, for another time. And inside you see a room, Qrevialur, when you step in with Nerthiost. There is a rather sort of strange fog on this floor. This room is extremely cold, especially compared to the one that you were just in.
Who turned on the freezer in here?
I pull my coat around me a little closer.
Cool.
Hey, pig, check the wall. The dead end. Is that real?
Zeke, as you walk into the room, you see that there are strange shapes moving around this room. They are large. They're about the size of a small, maybe a little bit larger than the largest dog you've ever seen, maybe. And they sort of rooting around the ruins of this room. And as you walk into the room, Zeke, the one directly across from you sort of like raises its head, and it has just black eyes, a large, sharp, wicked-looking beak, and this strange bird-like face. And it's on all fours, and it just goes... Roll for initiative.
Oh.
Does it look like the rug I was just sleeping on?
It kind of does. Maybe a little bit too much.
Okay.
Yeah. We shall see how much it's seemingly like this rug soon, shall we? All right.
I'm hiding behind a giant elk.
That's not
The regular size elk.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's not a giant elk. All right. Here we go.
Bob is the giant elf.
Actually, no, I don't like that song. I'm gonna try something else. Something more like. Let's try something a little bit cooler, like that. That's like. Oh yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's more like it. Little hardcore on this. Okay, so I see Ferros, Talron, Qrevialur, Nirthiost, Zeke. Who am I missing? Elbauthin. Inisitav. I'll do Halfgark. It's fine. Cool. All right. We've got those. Is there anyone else I'm missing? I don't think so. I think we're good. You got Nirthiost in there? Yep. Looks like it. Super duper. Let's get it started. Elbauthin, you are first in the initiative order. You sort of see Zeke's face frozen with fear as she walks into this room, and you hear these awful sounds emanating from this room. What do you do?
Can I see where it is from here?
Can you see where what is from here?
Whatever Zeke is looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. She's looking directly across the room behind this sort of outcropping, which is hiding it slightly from view, but yeah, you see it directly across. It's sort of slightly hidden in this low fog in the room, but yeah. Definitely see it.
What is this heavy metal?
Oh, yeah. All right. You pull out your short bow. Flies across the room, hitting the creature for 18... No, sorry, it's no sneak attack, just the 6 piercing damage.
No, I have sneak. I was stealth.
I did not see a stealth there, sir. When did you
Go
stealth?
up
I'm rolling up.
there.
Oh, 31 stealth. Yep, that's fine. Okay, cool. So, yep, you'll get that sneak attack damage then because you were stealthed. Especially since you sort of appeared out of nowhere from, like, amongst your compatriots. You're just like, excuse me. All right, cool. So that's 24 damage. Okay, the arrow sinks into this creature's flesh and it goes... Sort of offers this awful bird-like shriek, but it also sounds sort of growling. And then what are you going to do?
I am going to go back into the hallway to this position.
Okay.
Right? And I'm gonna use hide at disadvantage, remember?
So yeah, absolutely. So this is the way it's going to work, is that you're going to stealth. If you're going to try to stealth after every attack, then absolutely. Stealth will be a disadvantage.
And I also can't use more than one position twice.
Exactly.
So this next position here.
Yep. Works for me. 16 stealth. Okay. We're good with that. And then you're going to move over there. Beautiful. Anything else?
That will be my attack.
Super. Zeke, you're up.
Would this be considered a beast?
Make a nature check.
Okay.
With a 15, you can determine that this is not a natural beast at all. It's if it were just a normal creature, like just a large creature, it would still be a beast. But this is definitely some kind of weird abomination.
Okay. In that case, it is time for a Scorching Ray attack.
Okay, go for it. 3 at the same.
that's
Yep.
Three at the same guy. 3 attack rolls.
Cool.
2. Where you at, buddy? 1,
Okay,
2.
first one misses. The second one hits.
3.
And the
Third one crits.
And the third one crits. So go ahead and roll damage for the second one, and then roll that crit damage. Roll that beautiful crit damage.
And
5, and then 12.
beautiful.
So that is 17 damage.
Then
Pew
I'm gonna
pew!
Take
Excellent.
a little move. Oh, that is not the right tool. There we
Which
go.
way are you going to go?
I'm just gonna scoot down this way a little bit so that
Okay.
I can see what else is going on in this room.
Cool. Make a perception check, Zeke.
Yes, I will.
Okay, with a 14, you can see this fog is really strange. It's, I don't know, I guess the best way of putting it is it's unearthly cold, sort of seeping up through your boots. That's all you can determine at this point. Except for the fact that it is now the owl bears, and yes, we can call them owl bears because that's what they are, very clearly if you've ever seen the monster manual. Except these creatures sort of move strangely. They sort of lope forward in a sort of unnatural gait. And when I say creatures, it's because there is a second creature that you guys did not see that comes forward like this.
Oh, come on.
It was in the corner. And what is his speed? 30 feet. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to reach out and grab you, Talron. And he's going to make some attacks here. Actually, no, he's not. The owl bear opens its beak, and that sort of screeching sound that you heard it make when you hit it with arrows, it goes, and that like enormous thundering like screech emanates from its beak. I have always wanted to use these things, and I haven't as of yet. There are these awesome like special effects which works pretty well. So let's see how well it works. Let me just check something here. This is within a 15-foot cone. Ooh. Okay, so this is, let's see here, a cone. A cone goes out like, where is it? Not spot. I guess it would be, a cone would be, let's use, which one should we use? In magic, yeah. And then cone is, yeah, that's perfect. All right, so in a cone, so it goes out like this, in that direction, like whoosh.
Oh.
So it's gonna hit, Talron, it's gonna hit Qrevialur, it's gonna hit Nerthiost, and Elbauthin, it's gonna hit you as well. But I'll say you have half cover. Does it really matter at this point? Nope, you still need to make a dexterity saving throw. Dexterity saving throw for
Oh, great!
Yeah, you're
I
good
get to evade.
Yeah, you can hit that evasion button if it works. You might not get a darn thing, but you still need to make a dexterity saving throw. So we got Drakon with dexterity with 15. Look, Talron, 13. Yeah, and then yeah, that's your evasion, but you still got to roll a dex save. Okay, 18. Okay, super duper. Okay, so this is what happens. This like horrible thunderous shriek emanates from this creature, and those who are affected are deafened. And you also take some thunder damage, which I'm going to roll right now. 13 thunder damage. And half for those who saved. And for you, Elbauthin, because you have evasion and made the save, you take 0 damage.
So what was the save?
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, what was the save DC?
I'm not going to tell you what the DC was.
Well,
That's
how do I know
telling.
who failed it then? How do I know who failed it then?
He told you.
I told you who failed.
Who failed it?
That would be... Let's see. No one failed it. Look at that. Drakon didn't fail it. Yeah, so Qrevialur didn't fail it. Talron didn't fail it, even with the 13. And, yeah. Oh, did you roll for your little doodly dude friend? For Nerthiost?
Yeah, it's in whispers. It's...
Oh.
Are you asking?
Oh, I see it. 18. He got an 18.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah,
So he made it
I saved
too.
it?
So everybody saved, so you take half of the damage, which is 6 damage. 6 thunder damage. Not too bad.
I'll take that damage for Talon.
Okay, cool. All right, the other one lopes across the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then sprints across the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all it can do. Let's double check on its movement speed. Yep. Oh, wait, no. 30 is 6. My bad. So he goes up to here. So he gets up to you.
Talon, you didn't take any damage, by the way. So you know.
But he double moved, so he has no action to use, Zeke. So he's just like running towards you, like, like with his mouth open like that.
All right, buddy.
All
I see
right.
you.
All right. It is now Zam's turn. Zam, like, hears what's going on in this room, and he just, like, runs up And he's like, "Oh, fuck this. No, I'm not going to do this at all. No." And he just, like, runs back out of the room. Talron, you're up.
Okay, well. This is bad. I'm gonna try something new. Where is it? Alright, found it. Gonna use, Right.
What?
I'm gonna use that.
What is that?
Synaptic static.
Synaptic static. I've never seen that before. Actually, I saw it once. I think it was in the last campaign. Intelligence save. You choose a point within range and cause psychic energy to explode there. And each creature is in a 20-foot range. Okay, cool. So it's like a 20-foot bomb, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
So
it should be doing a lot more damage since it's at 5th
where's
level.
the point? Where's the point that you want to pick to blast it out at?
Like right here.
Okay, so then it would go
Exactly.
boom like that, and it would hit these two creatures. Okay, that makes sense.
I think the spell itself is naturally 5th level, isn't it? Yeah, so it's not going to increase any
Right,
damage.
because you're a warlock.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he's asking about the 5th level, but it's a 5th level spell, right?
Ah, makes sense. Okay,
I
so
mean, it
both
should
of them
be
are going to
doing-
make intelligence saving throws. Okay. Super duper.
86
One.
psychic.
All
They roll
right.
8d6. That's correct.
Neither one of them are that smart at all, so they both fail. So roll your damage.
All right.
24 psychic damage. I think actually you already rolled it here. 24.
After a failed save, the target has muddled thoughts for 1 minute. During that time, it rolls a 1d6 and subtracts the number rolled from all of its attack rolls and ability checks,
Okay.
as well as its Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration.
It's a good thing it's not a spell casting owlbear.
The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, and then
Okay, well, the important thing is that that minus 1d6 from all attack rolls and ability checks. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So it's like you see the owlbears when they're affected by this spell, they're shaking their head like, and like they're consistently just out of it.
And I think don't know if I could do this as a bonus action, but can I still do Hexblade's Curse?
Oh yeah, that's a bonus action.
Alright, well, I'm gonna... Yeah.
Which
Hexblade's
one?
Curse this guy.
Okay, cool.
Like the one next to me.
Super. He is hexbladed. Cursedly hexbladed. You want to stay where you are, I assume?
Yeah.
Krev, you're up.
So I don't know if I could possibly roll a check for this, but can I roll a check to see if Qrevialur knows how often they can do that screech attack?
You could make an Arcana check.
Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh boy. Intelligence. The lowest of my best. Yes. I'm so glad I have Jack of all trades.
You have no clue. None whatsoever.
Okay. Did that take up my action?
I would say it did, unfortunately, yeah. You took a good 6 seconds to be like, these things, the screeches that they do, I can't remember.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna go up next to Zeke and just kind of, I guess he's gonna, like, approach up behind Zeke
Okay.
and put his, just, like, look over at her really quick and say, "Don't worry. We got this." And give her Bardic Inspiration.
Super. You are bardically inspired. I will give you the Bardic Inspiration token.
Excellent.
Okay. Just to remind you. Anything else, Krev?
So, nope, that's my action and my
All
bonus
right,
action.
cool.
So
Nerthios
it
is up.
a D8. Wait,
I think it's a
so these
D6, right? D6 or D8?
no.
Oh,
D8,
at 10th level, right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
At 10th
Sweet.
level, it's a D10. At
Oh, that's
5th
right, because
level,
you're only a bard.
Shit.
Yeah, that's right, you only have 8.
Yep, I'm only 8 levels of bard. So Nerthios is, let's see. Ain't a good idea here. So let's do on the one next to Zeke and Qrevialur.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna shoot a confusion ray.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom saving throw. He got a 19. He's pretty wise. Being an owl bear, he's part owl.
There were only 2 stats I could have done, and I think that was the better of the 2 ones to.
Hey, Qrevialur, how many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? Oh, that's true. No, that's ability checks and attacks, not saving throws.
What?
For
what?
the,
What is it?
He's referring to the synaptic static that was placed on this
Oh,
creature.
yeah, I know. I wasn't saying that.
No, that's fine. Elbauthin was just like, hey, it gets a minus, D
Oh,
minus.
okay.
Yeah, and it's
I
not
don't
yet.
think they do.
That's only at ability checks and attack rolls.
Alright, well then, he's just gonna end his turn right there.
Okay, cool. Halethgark.
Unless he can he float over someone?
The walls are 10 feet high in this room, so you
Okay,
can certainly
so-
try.
Nah, he's just gonna stay right there.
Cool. Halethgark goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Sees this
Oh my
creature.
God.
He can actually
attack.
do something. He's like, he looks at these hands, he's like, God damn these hands. And then he
Wait,
just,
didn't he have quarterstaff?
now.
oh, that's right. I have to give him a quarterstaff attack then. Damn it, you people. I have to give him a quarterstaff.
Hey, what do you
All
mean,
right.
you people?
Well, you gave him a quarterstaff, but I didn't actually put it in. What is a quarterstaff in terms of damage? Anyone have a quarterstaff handy?
I have a quarterstaff. I think it's a D8. Let me check.
All right. And reach is still 5 feet. To hit is...
It is 1d6 one-handed and 1d8
Two-handed. That's it.
Versatile.
It has the versatile.
Excellent.
Yes.
1d6 one-handed. Okay. So plus 4. And then 1d... How much? 1d8
A
two-handed?
D8 for
1d8.
two-handed, yeah.
Excellent. All right. He now has a quarterstaff. Ho, ho, ho. All right, so he's going to go ahead and make 2 quarterstaff attacks. He'll just fucking, Darth Maul the shit out of this thing. Go. I'll hit it a couple times with his quarterstaff. The first time he hits with a 22. And, and he gets 8 damage on the first attack. All right, and then the second attack, he got a 9, so he missed. So yeah, the second attack, he goes, and like he throws it at the creature, and the creature just like puts up its talons and just goes, and Hal's like, oh fuck, and then stands there because he doesn't want to get slashed in the face if he moves away. Ferros, you're up.
If I were to stand here where Talron is, would I be able to attack there or not?
If you were to stand where Talron is, can you attack there through the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it attacked Talron, or it blasted that, that screech attack through the corner. So,
Okay.
I would say
it's important because I have to dismount. Oh, no. Okay. And then we're going to go with 2 slashes. Here we go. Great sword coming out.
All right.
15 to hit.
15 will hit.
11 damage.
All right.
Another great sword. 20 to hit.
Absolutely.
9.
Excellent. 9.
Move out. I have to. So
Yep.
it gets opportunity attack.
So, opportunity attack. It will attack you with one of its claws. With a 20, it'll hit you
That hits.
for 15 slashing damage.
Wait, would that subtract?
Oh, that's right. It is an attack roll, so yes, technically opportunity attacks are still attacks. So, so I have to roll a 1d6, right? And it's
Yes.
subtracted. All right, cool beans. There's your d6 reminding me. Thank you.
Still
Minus
hits.
2, so that's an 18.
Still hits.
Still hits.
Ah.
All right, 15 slashing damage on you. All right. Anything else, Ferros?
Nope.
All right. Top of the round. Elbauthin, you're up.
All right, so I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to do a rapier attack.
All right. Yeah, that'll hit with a 29.
Damn.
Definitely hits.
And then I'm going to use insightful fighting.
Okay, so it has to make a contested deception versus insight. Oh, he's so deceitful. This owlbear. Okay, he is gonna fail your insight check, but roll it for shits and giggles anyway. Let's see what happens. $14 absolutely beats this creature's deception, and you are able to use your sneak attack against that target for 1 minute. Holy shit, that's nuts! I love that.
Actually, anything that grabs me insight, I think I have advantage on, right? Or no, that was perception.
That's correct. Perception. Perception and investigation when you're holding still.
Right.
Not insight. But yeah, okay. So you get that beautiful sneak attack damage, 27. And this creature is not looking in good shape at all. Jesus. All right. We're looking good. Zeke, you're up.
All right, I am going to reach out to this guy right next to me and hit him with a shocking grasp.
All right. And that will not hit.
I have bardic inspiration. You didn't.
That is true.
To say that.
You're right. Use your bardic inspiration. But it's still an attack, and a natural 1 will always miss. So I don't know if you want to use the bardic inspiration on a natural 1.
Oh, so it's the bardic inspiration is useless to me here, no matter.
Correct, because it's a natural 1 on an attack roll.
Okay, then never mind. And I would move out of the way if I had succeeded, but since I failed, I'm going to stay right where I am.
All right. So now the owlbears go. Let's see here. Yep, it'll just make 3 attacks. So each of them is going to make 3 attacks. Did you, Elbauthin, did you roll stealth or no? Afterwards?
No, I used insightful fighting.
Okay, cool. So then,
It's a bonus action.
no problem. So then this creature will lay into you with 3 attacks. Because it turns and sees you with a rapier halfway through it, and it's like, I don't like that. So it's going to retort. Please, allow me to retort. It's going to make 3 attacks, 1 with its beak, 1 with its claws, and 1 with its back talons.
Minus 1d6.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Although, do I have to make a... At the end of its turn, it makes the saving throw. Is that correct, Talron?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So at this point in time, it'll take the minus d6s until the end of its turn. All right, so here we go. Owlbear, multi-attack. 1, 2, 3 against you. So the first attack will probably miss you, even if it did like a -1. Wow, the second attack was a natural 1. And the third attack will probably take a -6 because that's worth it. It's worth rolling the d6. So that is a 19 versus AC. I'm assuming that hits your
18.
AC. Yep. All
Is
right.
it attacking?
18.
It's
Elbauthin.
attacking Elbauthin. So that's 13 slashing damage to Elbauthin.
Uncanny dodge that.
Which
Nice.
is 6 slashing damage.
You got it. It takes up your reaction, but yep, that is true. All right, the other owlbear will lay into Zeke.
Shocking.
That's also-
I'm shocked.
Other D6s.
Yes, indeed. Oh, actually, let me roll for the first one. That saving throw, intelligence saving throw, right?
Intelligence?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. The first one, intelligence, misses it, so it's still frazzled-dazzled.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second one will lay into Zeke, all with minus d6s. So, boom. First one will take it. Second one is a 10, so even with minus d6, it'll probably miss. And the third
That
one
is-
might hit you. What's your AC?
12.
Yeah, it'll. Okay, so we'll do
I'm
two
squishy.
minus. We'll do 2 minus d6s on that one. So let's do. Okay, so 1 and 2. First one was only a -1, so that definitely hits you with a 22 on the first attack with its beak, as it sort of it just bites into you with its beak, and you take 13 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the second one is a miss with its claws. You sort of dodge out of the way, and then the third one it lays into you with its back talons, and yeah, it rolled a 6 on the d6, so that only reduces it from a 16 to a 10. So you
Ooh,
dodge
misses.
nimbly out of the way.
However, I'm going to take my reaction and hellish rebuke that. fucker.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Waiting. So, and this is actually a spell-like ability, so it doesn't even expend my spell slot.
Very good, very good.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he takes 10 fire damage.
Excellent. All right. Very good. Very good. Alrighty. Zam is just freaking out in the hallway. He's just like, this is crazy shit, man. I don't want to have to do. Talron, you're up.
All right. Well, how wounded does this creature look?
It's all cut up and slashed to almost to ribbons. It's like sort of it's already frazzled from your spell, but it looks like it's like coughing up blood coming out of its beak. Messed up.
Sure as hell ain't gonna like me then.
That'll hit with a 26.
All right.
14. It's actually dead now. You slashed it right through the face, and it dies.
All right. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna run on over to here, and yeah. Ooh.
Ooh!
That's not really a whole lot, but
How much is that? 14?
another 14.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't kill it.
Even
but
with the crit.
Even with a crit.
it doesn't kill it, but it is definitely, not happy.
You know what? Just for just to add salt on the wound. Maddening Hex.
Okay. How much damage does that do?
3 more psychic damage.
You do that as a bonus action. Let's see. As a bonus action, you can deal 3 psychic damage to the target caused by your spell. Yep, that kills it.
It just gets like a major
You just
headache.
see, totally. Its head just it puts its little paws up to its head, just like, and like its eyes roll back, and then just goes slops to the ground. And Elbauthin, you're the closest. Make a perception check, please.
Kill Stealer.
At advantage.
Yes, indeedy. Okay. From behind you, you hear a noise, a sort of swirling noise. And right here, a figure appears in the mist. Almost as if summoned by the mist itself. It's a sort of, it's definitely a humanoid shape, and as it sort of takes form, you see that this figure is known to you. You've seen him before. It's that crazy old man with that crazy beard and those crazy eyes, except this time he has a sort of different kind of garb on. He's wearing a cloak, and this cloak has, for what you can determine, eyeballs all over it, and they're all sort of moving around the room. They're all sort of animate and moving, every direction. And the figure looks at all of you and says, "Well, that was really easy. Let's make this a little more difficult." Snaps his fingers, and the creatures, as you have killed them, start to sort of shake and shimmy. And their skin rips apart, and their like actual pelts and all of their organs just like fall, and stepping out from where they were are the actual creatures' skeletons themselves.
Are you kidding me?
Damn.
And let me just take these tokens away because you don't need them anymore because they did. But instead, that's that, and that's that. There we go. Boom. And boom.
Well, shit.
Oh, that's fucked.
Haleth looks at these creatures and is like, this is fucked up. All right, let me roll initiative. And then the man, as you may consider him, sort of says, "Well, good luck. Remember, points." Snaps his fingers and disappears. All right, let's roll initiative for these fuckers. 14. All right, cool. So let me just adjust. We were on Talron's. Boop, boop, boop. Which means, Talron, since you're done, now these creatures just rise and animate and get to go, since they are 14 in the order.
Why do I have to stand next to one?
Okay, these creatures make no sound except the clacking of their enormous bones. They don't make any kind of shrill squawking noises, at least anymore. But they still make... Where is it? That's the wrong... There we go. Okay, cool. There we go. That's the right one. But they still make a couple of multi-attacks on you. So this one's going to make a multi-attack on you. And it doesn't have the synaptic static anymore since it's technically a different creature. 15 to hit?
No.
Okay, and 11 to hit.
No.
Excellent. So both of them you dodge nimbly out of the way of. This creature up here appears, locks its eyes on Elbauthin, and makes 2 attacks on you, Elbauthin. 1, 2. You've already used your...
Didn't he just make attacks on Talron?
No, this one made an attack on... Where are you, Talron?
Standing...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right
I beg
below.
your pardon. I thought Talron was here. So those... Yeah,
Huh.
sorry. I
I
apologize.
didn't
So-
realize we switched bodies.
Yeah, my bad. So those attacks were on Zeke, not Talron. So those 2
Oh, they
attacks
were
were
on
on
me.
Zeke. Yep, I beg your
What were
pardon.
they?
14
Hits.
and 21.
Hits.
Okay, cool. So 7 piercing with the beak and 15 slashing with the claws.
That's a total of 22.
That is correct.
Ouch.
That is in fact what I say. Ow.
Okay, and now it is Qrevialur's turn.
Alright, so Qrevialur is going... He's not looking too happy. He's like, these things just fucking died. He's getting a bit irritated. So, he's not in, let's say, the best of moods.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see him fuming. Like, steam looks like it's coming out of his ears. Any sweat that he had is starting to evaporate off of his skin. Because he's just boiling in anger right now. He's not having this today. And so, he'll take a slash with his signature sword.
He's super ragey.
Does that hit?
An 18 will hit. Yes, indeed it will.
Alright. Then he is going to do something fancy. He's going to do a blade flourish. He's going to do the mobile flourish. And so that means...
So you can expend a bardic inspiration and deal extra damage equal to the number you roll on the die.
Yep.
Roll.
So,
Okay.
Ooh!
Very nice. An 8 on a
Moonshot.
D8. We're happy about that one.
So let's see. So that's 22 total damage on that one.
2
then
rage,
he can-
12. Wait, 8. Yeah, 22. Yeah.
And then he gets
12.
pushed 5 feet plus the number rolled. So we'll say about 10 feet.
Okay.
And so I just want to move him 5 feet in this direction. Just 5 feet right there.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just check something. Okay, so 22 damage. That's the first thing.
Yep.
And you want to move him where now?
Just 5 feet this way.
You have
So I'm
slashed him,
assuming they
and he
haven't
sort of
shown
staggers
any,
back.
They haven't shown any signs of having reach, have they?
Not yet.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. So then he's gonna, because he's allowed to use his reaction to move up to his walking speed. Well, he's just gonna use some of his movement anyway. So instead of using his reaction, he's just gonna move up to it and hit it again because he's
Super.
still not happy with it.
Absolutely. 18 will hit.
Another 18, and that one is 22 again.
Oh my god,
So a
wow.
total of 44,
Oh,
and now
shit.
he gets to use his other sword.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
Wait, how did? Oh, because it's rage damage. That can't. Yeah, they can't do crit, but it's still a 9.
9.
So in total, it'd be
Oh, wow.
53 damage.
Holy crap. Nice job.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a
Well done.
lot
He's
of damage.
not happy with
Yeah.
this skeletal owlbear.
Okay, you have done an
Especially
immense amount of
hitting the
damage
person
on this
who he
thing.
just tried to support.
The owlbear, skeletal owlbear, sort of takes all these slashes and just like staggers back. Like you just see bones just chipped and flying through the air and landing with clatters on the ground. Good job. Nerthiost is up now. Let's see if he can do as much damage as his master.
Probably not, but he's still gonna sure as hell try. He's. You know what? I'm just gonna roll a 1d4 for this.
Okay. You never know what Ray he's gonna do.
Yep, you never know. Which one shall it be today, folks? Let's see. It's gonna be raid number 2. Raid number 2 is Paralyzing Ray.
Okay, Constitution saving throw.
He's gonna do it on this one, cause he's like, he's like, Dragonborn buddy do good damage. He no need help.
20 on the Constitution saving throw.
Yep, that definitely makes it.
Yep.
He tries.
You shoot this little like green beam. It just like goes. It hits the skeleton, and like you see the skeleton start to like seize up a bit, and then it just goes, and it starts sort of drooling this awful sort of ichor coming out of its mouth. Okay,
That's the end of
it's
his turn.
now Haleth Gark's turn. He's like, "Let's go, buddy, you and me," and then he just starts to lay in to this owlbear with his quarterstaff. 2 attacks. Boom, boom. 15 will hit, and oh, he crit on that second attack. Holy shit.
Damn.
Okay.
Ain't happy.
All right, cool. So he got 10, and then 11. Okay, not bad. Yep, he hits it. A bone snaps. You just see the creature like bring its head back into order, and then he goes and smashes it right across the face, and the head just sort of caves in a little bit. Ferros, you're up.
Oh.
Alright. I'm gonna swap off my greatsword to my long sword and shield.
Okay.
And we'll go for a long sword slash against this one next to me. 14 to hit.
14 will hit.
Alright.
These things are enormous. Their AC is relative.
As the long sword hits him, a great radiant energy expels from it. So use a first level spell slot to
Ooh.
deal extra damage to it.
Oh, undead. It is definitely undead.
Oh shit.
So
additional
12
fun
slashing. So 12 slashing plus 20, correct?
Radiant.
Right. Okay, we're happy with that. So 12. All right.
And then we'll go for another longsword attack. 25
Alright.
to hit.
Yes, indeed.
12 slashing.
Okay.
Wow.
With that, you just hew its head from its shoulders. Shing.
Is it still moving?
It clatters to the ground in a heap.
I'll kick the head away then.
Okay.
Walk over here.
Cool.
No, that'll be my turn. Actually, my bad. There.
Okay. Elbauthin, you're up.
Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to come here. Alright.
Yep. You are flanking.
Adjacent.
You're flanking and adjacent, so you
So
have
that's
you
plus
sneak
sneak
attacky time. Let's do it.
plus advantage. No?
Yeah, you have advantage, which gives you sneak attack.
Yeah. I believe in you.
If it hits.
Well, I'm trying to roll. Hold on.
Oh no. Technical button difficulties, folks. There we go.
19 to hit.
Well, actually, it's 22 because you have advantage with the flanking, and absolutely hits.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Qrevialur across the way. So yeah.
So it's 20. It's 26
26.
damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just find that spot with your insightful fighting. Even though you don't actually have insightful fighting on this creature, you're just like, wait a second, this is the same creature as before. It should have the same weak spot. And you just go right through the eye. And you
Alright,
hear a
and
snap,
then-
and the skeleton falls apart.
And then I am going to attempt to trip it.
It's dead, dude. It's very, very dead.
He's gonna start kicking the bones.
But I believe in you. You can trip it definitely now because it's very dead.
I
So
immediately
kick
look
the
around to
bone.
see if the wizard is showing up.
Roll the bones.
Make a perception check, Zeke. You see no sign of said wizard.
Okay, then. Ow.
Is everyone all right?
Zam wanders into the room. He goes, "Is it okay? Come in here now."
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything's
myself.
dead, buddy. I say, I've been better, but I'll survive.
Great. So the wizard not only invites us to come here, but now is summoning more dangers upon us.
I mean,
Was that part of the deal?
He's a crazy wizard with a dungeon, man. He's gonna do whatever he wants.
All for style points?
Who knows? I'm gonna move further into the room and see what I can see.
Oh, you sure you want to go on ahead?
I mean, you guys are literally right there. I can't see anything in the immediate vicinity.
I'm watching the
agree.
bodies to see if they move at all after they're dead.
Make a perception check. They ain't moving.
Okay.
I don't like this place any more than, well,
I'm gonna go ahead and investigate the room.
Go for it.
For
Search for whatever you want to search for. Make an investigation check.
Hidden walls.
Anything.
Hidden door walls.
Woof. 25.
Woo!
Elbauthin, and your search through the room, which takes about a minute and a half, I would say, just sort of to go around the room. You are finding that up here at the top of the room, right here at the north side of the room, that there is a wall that is clearly movable.
Move
What?
the wall after I check for traps. And first, listen. Let me do a perception check.
What do your elf ears hear?
Nice
He
one.
hears a wall.
You hear a wall. Yeah, it is technically just a wall.
So I move it.
All right, cool.
Open it.
Now you hear a
Open.
moving wall.
You hear the faint, eerie sounds of the insides of the wall, and all the glory of silence.
You hear snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? All right.
Why
There we
did
go.
it have to be?
Inside this room, which you have uncovered, yes, indeed, it is a dungeon. Inside this room you have uncovered, you see something very interesting, Elbauthin. You see a marble sarcophagus. Let me see if I can give you a better description of said sarcophagus.
Oh, that is shiny.
Doop-a-doo.
Elbauthin, you don't need to move around so much.
Yes, in the middle of this room rests a, not marble, alabaster. Big difference. Sarcophagus atop a 1 foot high. Yes, 1 foot high. I didn't say 1 high foot. Okay.
A foot with a drug problem.
It is super. It needs to go for counseling. Block of granite. The lid of the sarcophagus is carved in the likeness of a regal elf.
Oh. Well,
Do I know the
Elbauthin's
likeness of this elf?
It has a sort of indeterminate gender and age, so you don't really make out the details. It doesn't seem to be someone of recognition that you have.
Is the sarcophagus trapped?
You don't know, but what I can say is, and this harkens back to the beginning of our discussion tonight, it has, and I shit you not, a yawning cat stretching on the elf's chest. The cat is part of the lid's carving. It's not like a separate creature.
Oh, damn.
I'm just saying. It's not like there's a
Really
cat that's been in here, entombed in this room for hundreds of years, waiting for you to free it.
Magic
Does it
cat.
get-
That's so
Can
great.
it be pried open?
Did you roll perception? What is that noise?
What is that noise?
Hi. Welcome
Oh, you
to
did.
Inwood.
13 perception.
You're hearing fireworks in my neighborhood.
Well, actually, wasn't
super.
that an earlier? Yeah, wasn't that an earlier perception?
No, he did a perception on the
That
on
was
the
his
wall.
perception was for the door. Yeah.
You know what? That's fine. Just do a perception on the sarcophagus then. You're looking real hard at it, and you get a 16.
I got an 18.
That's-
Oh, you got an 18. That's right, because you're not moving. You look at it for like 20 or so seconds, Elbauthin, and you realize that it's actually a solid block of alabaster. And the lid that it has, it's not real. It's a fake lid. It's carved to appear like it's openable.
So, guys, this is a fake sarcophagus.
That's
W-
odd.
Why would it
Then
be
we're
here
done
then?
here. Let's go.
Oh no, Talron, you want to blast that?
Snap.
I just go over and take a look at it. I'm like, ooh, kitty.
No, he won't blast it because it doesn't have the chance to be a living creature.
Whew. Savage attacks, and he's not even a barbarian.
Just out of curiosity, I step in and pet the little stone kitty on the head.
It purrs. No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't purr. It doesn't purr at
Oh,
all.
fuck.
Was that an explosion or thunder?
That's thunder.
Damn, dude. Okay, be careful.
Listen, you've got the storm and I've got the fireworks. We've got
Don't-
all the ambient.
I
Don't
bet you it's
die.
both. There's
Yeah,
probably some really
sure.
stupid people outside right now launching fireworks too.
In the
So it
middle of
could
a
have been
thunderstorm.
firework. You know what? With this neighborhood, I wouldn't be
You know
surprised.
what? Let's continue going down this
Sorry.
way while Ferros goes the other way, just like how he abandons his party members.
Gosh.
I cast message at Talron. I'm like, are you sure you're okay?
No.
That's what I thought. Come on.
No insight check needed. All right, what do you guys want to do?
I'm
looks like
poking
you're
my head into the door. of
Moving
this
into the next room. Here we go. Yeah. So you see in this room that there are 3 stone tables, which seemingly lie strewn around this room, and there are hundreds of ceramic shards on the floor.
Can we tell what the shards used to be?
You could make a investigation check. Hope for a really awesome score. Yeah, you made an investigation check around the room. Yeah, you look at these, you're like, clay. They're made of clay. Or maybe they were at one time made of clay. Yeah, Talron, you're like, ooh, I could fit this together. This one goes to this one. Yay. You can determine Elbauthin by looking a little bit longer than the rest of them. That these seem to, but based on the sort of like inside of these urns, you see like, you don't see any dirt. You see a whole bunch of like grainy dust. So you can assume that these were once funerary urns.
Oh, they're cremated remains.
Oh,
Ew.
goody, we found the graveyard.
Don't let Talon blast those too.
There's a hallway over
Judgy,
here, y'all.
judgy guy over there, about to go murder a whole bunch of people for some undead.
And here I thought killing some stuff would work out some of this latent aggression.
I'm
Anywho.
literally just
Here's a hallway.
deep breathing, just trying to keep it cool. Trying to keep it cool.
Still investigating, and I don't know. Should I use active perception here? Or keep
I
the
think
last
you should use active perception and active investigation.
Okay, so roll again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
21. Okay.
That's an investigation. I gotta work on my perception.
With a 9. 15, yeah, because of your thing. Yeah.
15, and then oh, I forgot something that I love to do.
Your stealthy stealth. Do it. 24.
Something
God.
that makes me stick into a wall.
He's Spider-Man.
Is he literally on the wall?
No, he's not literally. Okay, stop for 1 second, Elbauthin. Move yourself back really quick. So, yeah, move yourself right there. Right there. Elbauthin, as you're looking along the hall, like, you're really concentrating on your stealth, and you don't realize it until your foot goes and... You're like, shit. You hear a slight click as your foot hits something on the floor, and it depresses slightly.
Uh-oh.
And when
Wasn't that
you...
what investigation was for?
Nope, that's perception, my friend. So... And the
Wait.
DC was 20.
Investigation
Aw.
is for traps.
I know.
Okay.
It says it literally right here with a 20 perception check. You can see this pressure plate.
There are some traps that require perception instead of investigation.
That is correct. Anyway, here's what happens. Elbauthin, you step on this pressure plate, and from ahead, you hear... And out of the ceiling, and I shit you not, out of the ceiling, yes, a giant cat. No, it's not. Definitely not a giant cat. A ginormous sphere, white marble sphere, rolls out of a hidden hatch in the ceiling, and
Got to be shitting me.
and then it like hits the ground, and you realize that there's a very imperceptible slope in the floor that you guys have been walking up.
Oh.
And it looks kind of like a big eyeball as it starts to roll in your direction.
What?
Everybody,
How far away is it?
What
Right
the-
it is exactly how far away it is right now. Everybody roll initiative.
What is this Indiana Jones shit?
Who's Indiana Jones? I should play the Indiana Jones theme song, but I just don't have it. I don't have it, so I'll just play this one instead. It's classic. It's the classic
that's
Acquisitions
Terrible roll.
Acquisitions
Oh, yeah,
Incorporated.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is bad. This is bad.
Sorry, guys.
Bad, Bobby.
I was about to cast a fucking wall in front of it, but then he said initiative.
Oh my god. This is so bad, you guys.
Oh no.
It has a +8 to its initiative, just FYI.
Aw.
Mhm.
Okay. Let me turn this down a little bit. A little loud.
That was a little loud.
It's a
Yeah.
little loud. Let's just turn that down. There we go. All right, everybody roll. Who's in the hallway?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Haleth and Sam, of course,
What the
did
fuck?
Did not follow us.
did not follow you because
Shocking.
they couldn't stand the arguing. They just couldn't take it.
Tell them I know how they feel.
Well, you'll certainly know how Haleth Gark feels in a couple seconds here. All right. Turn order. Here we go. Descending. All right. So here's what happens with this rolling sphere. It moves 60 feet in a straight line until, well, it hits something. So here's what happens. Whenever the sphere enters a creature's space or a creature enters its space, while this sphere is rolling, that creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take a lot of bludgeoning damage. Just letting you know. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elbauthin, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, please. Very nice, very nice. You succeed on your dexterity saving throw. In fact, you don't take any damage. You just like you flip to the wall. It doesn't even say half damage. It's either it's all or nothing. It's literally all or nothing. So okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 60 in a straight line. So how many is that? 5, 60. That's
You did half of its distance.
I did half. 6.
If you did 6.
Yeah, that's
squares,
30,
then
right?
it's
So then
30,
it does another
so, yeah.
6, right? So yep. So 5. So then another 6. Here we go. So
Rip the
5,
elk.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And yeah, let's have Zaryl make
the
a
elk.
dexterity saving throw here.
12.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a fail. So the sphere rolls into Zaryl, and Zaryl's like, and you just see, unfortunately, Ferros, like, it's like that scene in Indiana Jones where the second movie where the
I have Aura
creature.
the Guardian. I have Aura the Guardian.
Okay, so you want to take the damage?
I have to, yeah.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you
take
sure?
you take 55 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Whew.
Zaryl survives, and you just get crushed as this thing rolls over you instead of your elk.
I'm not entirely sure how this works.
Me neither. But hey,
It just. I feel like to imagine it's like going over the elk, but then it just starts rolling on top of it, like.
Zaryl sort of dissipates, I guess, for a second, and like you're just like maybe you stand in front of your elk, like you just jump. You're like, no, this is for me. And Zaryl's like,
He
but
Superman's the train. He Superman's the boulder.
He
He's
totally
like,
does. and it just rolls over him. Meanwhile, Zaryl is just like attached to the wall. He's like, oh, that wasn't smart. That wasn't smart at all. All right, Nerthiost. It is now Nerthiost's turn.
Okay.
How the hell did the little guy got like?
I'm gonna try to do this the best I can. Let's see, what's his movement speed? 30. Okay, that's all I need to know.
Now, I'm going to let you know something since you're pretty close, Ferros. Any creature within any creature within 5 feet of the sphere can use its action to attempt to slow it down by making a strength check.
Fuck you.
I'm just saying. On a successful check, the sphere's speed will be reduced by a certain amount of feet.
Does that take an action?
It is an
I
action.
didn't get that chance.
Okay.
I didn't get that chance at all.
That's because it rolled over you. You didn't. Your turn.
You didn't have a turn to do it. You need
did a
an
Matrix
action.
flip.
You need an action to do it.
You literally did the Matrix and flipped over it.
Okay, so
Yes, that's actually pretty apt.
your Theos is going to. I can't see where 50 feet this way is, but can you just get him 50 feet away because I only have Qrevialur's vision?
Yeah, sure. 50
If you
feet.
just-
How many feet did he fly?
From here, he'd go 50 feet. He
Okay, so
dashed.
that's 30, and then another 20. So, like, right there. Right there. Yeah, like you could just put him right there. I'll just put him right there. Boop.
Okay, I can't even see him.
That's fine. He is safe, at least for now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Nothios' turn. Qrevialur, you're up.
Alright, so before I do this, I just need to make sure that everything I'm about to do won't horribly fail.
Okay.
So, my plan, I'm wondering, does danger sense count in this?
So danger sense is advantage on... Yes, I would say it will give you the advantage on this saving throw. Absolutely.
Okay. That's all I need. Probably won't do anything, but it's all
It's
I
a
need.
it's a trap, clearly.
Yeah.
You can
and it's
see
definitely
it.
something I can see
You definitely can see it.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm not blinded, deafened, or
And yes, exactly. I'd say
So,
all the legalese works in your advantage here. So make your dexterity saving throw if you so choose, but it is your turn.
yeah, no, he's gonna do something different first.
Okay.
He's gonna. You can see, like, he puts his two hands together in, like, a ball shape, so to speak. And then he just starts vibrating them very intensely, and then he puts them together, and looks like he does the Kamehameha, but nothing comes out.
Okay.
But actually, something does come out. It's a very, very, very loud noise.
Shatter. Okay.
He's gonna try to shatter it.
All right.
It's within 10 feet. I think it's 10 feet, so
Okay.
we probably just do it so that way it wouldn't hit zero. And
Okay.
right there, probably.
So what is that? A Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, but it has disadvantage because it is made of inorganic material.
Or is it?
Well, if it isn't, then
We'll
it's
find
gonna have
out.
disadvantage.
Giant eyeball for real? No, it's not. It's.
I mean, you kind of said it was a giant marble ball.
It did. I did.
so-
It did. Yeah.
Unless you're lying.
I mean, I try not to lie. It doesn't, unfortunately, give me any stats beyond the sort of initiative plus damage thing. So I'm going to make a... Seeing it's a giant sphere made out of alabaster, or marble, I should say, it should probably have a pretty decent constitution, seeing as it's made of a pretty strong substance. So
Yeah,
I'll
but it'd
give
still
it
be a
like...
disadvantage.
Oh yeah, no, it'll have disadvantage. I'm just saying that the actual amount of its constitution would probably be somewhere in the sort of 16 to 18 range.
He's trying to break some chunks off this thing, and hopefully the whole thing.
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to give it an 18 constitution, and then we'll make a constitution check. Cool. Constitution saving throw. So it'll have advantage on the constitution.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Right, a disadvantage. What I'm saying is that, like, yeah, fair enough. Cool. Constitution saving throw. Boom. Disadvantage, you got a 21.
Jesus. Well, alright, well, it still takes, Oh, jeez. That's 18, so it'll take 9
Okay.
damage.
A
rage
teeny
damage, not
little,
beyond.
like, of it just pops off. You go, and it goes, ping.
If I... Wait, grabbing a creature requires an attack action, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Even
And
if
then
it's
you'd go
fast,
half
right?
speed.
Yeah, I know that, but... Would it... Can I do that to a friendly creature? Like,
Yeah,
as
of
a
course.
bonus action?
You can. Well, no, you
Okay.
can't. You can't grab as a bonus action. You grab as an action.
Okay, so I can't do it, because I've already cast.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I guess the best thing he could do is, let's see, how far did it roll?
60 feet.
60 feet. So I guess he'll go back 30 feet just in case he can. Oh.
I don't know if that makes a difference.
A 15 on
I
what?
don't know if that makes a difference or not.
On what?
The deck save instead of a 12. Deck save against the ball.
Let me see.
You rolled a 12 originally, but plus 3 because of my orb protection.
Oh.
Is it 15 a save or not, though?
Yeah, actually, the DC is 15.
So how much damage would it do?
It would have done half damage.
Okay, so it's 55, so that's actually
22.
22. Okay, cool. I'll add 22 back.
And knocked prone, but it didn't. So you're fine. So
Well, actually, he would have been knocked prone had you said that last time. Because I can't do
correct.
Okay.
Okay.
And that'd be the end of Qrevialur's turn now.
Okay. Very good. Elbauthin, it is your turn. You see this thing rolling down the hallway. You can just dodge out of the way.
So I was thinking that, while this thing was rolling down the hallway, maybe I was reaching into my bag, grabbing this demon head that I found earlier. This huge demon head.
Okay.
You remember that thing?
I do, yeah.
And I was wondering if I could do like a toss, like over here,
Okay.
to like put it like in a corner to slow it down.
You're gonna like make a basketball shot to throw it over it?
Or even better, can't I just charge it and see if I can strength save on it or use athletics?
You can certainly do that. Absolutely, yes. You can sort of. See, here's the weird thing about it. Like, you would think that as it's rolling this way, to come at it from the backside, you'd have to like grab it and pull back, instead of just getting in there and being like, "Oh, I'm trying to slow it down." But you know what? It's fine. It just says any creature within 5 feet of it. So if you come in from the back of it and try to like grab it from the back and make an athletics check, I'll accept that.
Okay, so from here I'm going to make an athletics check.
You have to get closer to it. 5 feet. There you go.
That's still not this.
Make an athletics. Do a barrel roll. Oh, that's 20. Holy snap.
Holy sh! You actually got muscle.
Who knew for such a wiry elf? Let's see if that actually did. It did something. Wow. Look at that. Using an action to make a DC 20 strength check.
Yeah, roll a 20.
You rolled a 20. So now its speed is reduced by 15 feet.
Ooh.
Good job.
Good to know.
Good shit.
You guys see, like, Elbauthin run up from behind the sphere. He puts his arms around the sphere and he's like... "Argh!" And you just hear the sphere go... slowing down a little bit.
That's pretty neat.
Anything else?
Can I attack it?
Nope. You've used an action to slow it down. But you still have a bonus action.
I can... I can still attack it with a dagger.
Yeah, I guess you could certainly try to attack it with a dagger. Okay.
Sneak attack.
Yeah, that's a... Wait a second, hold on for 1 second. So, you don't get the advantage, so it's still 18, though, right?
Yeah.
Actually, don't I get the advantage?
Oh, because of flanking.
Ferros
Yeah,
is
that's
on the
right.
other side.
So the crit, yeah. So you crit.
That's a lot. That's a lot of damage for a dagger.
Hey, Matt, can you explain to me mechanically how you can flank an object?
Yeah,
Oh, wait a second. I don't get sneak attack damage on this attack.
Why
no.
wouldn't you? You have advantage.
It's not a sneak. It's a secondary attack. In other words, I can attack twice. My first attack, which is my regular attack, does it with sneak attack. But my second attack...
Your second attack, you use sneak attack too.
Yeah, the whole thing with sneak attack is you can only use it once per turn. right? So you can only use, even if you attack once with whatever weapon you're doing, you can use sneak attack for that attack.
Okay.
So
that's my
technically,
sneak attack. I thought
so, yeah. So you do 30, 34 plus 10, so 44 damage on it.
That's a lot of damage.
So Elbauthin, you come in there and like you just like grind your dagger in, maybe into one of the seams, and you're like, and you pop out a big chunk of stone, like that big.
Ugh.
Does
Pretty
that
good.
slow it down at all?
No, but what you did before did slow it down.
Oh, cool. All right, that's it. I'm done.
Talron.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well said.
And
well
while
said.
while I'm running, I'm just gonna turn around and Eldritch Blast.
Okay, both hit.
Wait a second. It's not a creature. How can you attack?
I
Oh
don't
god,
care,
no,
I'm
we're not
attacking.
doing this again. We are not doing this again with these
Fuck
fucking
off,
jars.
Ferros.
Remember this shit from the end of Tomb Annihilation where you're blasting the jars and you're like, they're not creatures, but I can still hit them. Fuck that noise. So 25 damage. Okay, a couple of big old powdery blasts come off this thing. It's nowhere near destroyed.
Yeah, I'm just running.
Okay. Zeke.
So because Zeril is taking up the whole hallway, if I were to step over to the square and do something that went like that, would I also hit Zeril?
What is it that you want to do?
I
guess
was
that's the question.
considering lightning bolt. It's a line of lightning 100 feet long and 5 feet
You
wide.
would
so that
most
hit Zeril.
certainly hit Zeril.
All right. Well, in that case,
And if I were a mean DM, I'd say because Ferros is on top of Zeril, that
You
the
did.
electricity would be.
That's not even.
Alright.
Nah,
Well, I
nah,
know
nah,
that-
I'm
that's
not gonna.
how
I'm
it
not gonna
works.
do that. I had a
Notice how
feeling
I
that-
prefaced, if I were a mean DM.
I
Nah.
had a feeling that that was the
Electrocute
case.
his nuts.
So what I'm actually going to do,
More like me, no DM.
Electrocution.
Oh, watch it.
for the moment, I'm gonna jump. Wrong. Take the measuring off. No, there we go. Ah! I'm gonna run back here.
Okay.
And in order to slow it down on its next turn, I am going to cast a wall of stone
Okay.
right here.
Okay.
Oh.
So it'll hit it, and we'll see what happens.
When an immovable object. Is it.
Hits
It was.
another-
Wait.
Because
An
the
irresistible force, an immovable object, and that kind of thing?
Yeah,
Can't remember.
You completely forgot the quote. I forgot it.
What the fuck? I'm so bad with
When an unstoppable
There we go.
object meets an unmovable sorry,
immovable
It's not
force.
all
When
How are we all doing this? An immovable object meets an unstoppable force. Jeez.
when something big hits another
right.
something big. All right. So
this
you
will-
threw a
I'm
wall
not
force in
trapping
there?
them 'cause this is it's a wall of stone.
Wall of stone.
Wall of stone, and it's only permanent if I concentrate on it for 10 minutes. So for now, it's just there to slow that fucker down on its next,
Cool.
on its next turn.
Question for you, Qrevialur, very quick. The
Yeah,
bardic
sure.
inspiration that you gave to Zeke, what's the expiration date on that sucker?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So she hasn't used it? We're good. Fine.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Nope, not to my knowledge yet.
All
Nope, I
right.
haven't used it yet.
Okay, moving on.
I don't got any more to give out, so
Ferros.
better use wisely.
You're up.
Fuck. I look behind me. I see the fucking wall of stone behind me.
I send him a message and say, "Don't get your knickers in a twist. It's
You
temporary."
can't even send a message in action.
Ah, shit, you're right. I yell that through the wall.
And because it's a
Actually,
wall of
I
stone,
yelled-
you just hear.
I probably should have yelled that before I cast it.
All right.
before I was
Well,
panicking.
there's only one real thing I can do. I'm gonna use my action to dismiss Zero, so he's not taking fucking damage while I die. Jeez.
Okay.
There you
Zero,
go.
poof, is
I'm
gone.
gonna die.
That's my turn.
Okay. End of Ferros' turn.
Save.
And now this thing will roll 15 feet because it is slowed by Elbauthin and go 5, 10, 15. Ferros, make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Jesus.
Oh god.
That's a 16.
Can I
Isn't it
can
already
I
in
bend luck through a wall?
Hold on. Time out. Time out. He
Okay.
got a 13 plus his
16.
aura, which is a 16, which is a success.
Ah, okay.
You guys are all like, wait, but I wanna.
I'm not gonna help.
So his aura of protection protects him as it ought to, and it succeeds. And the crushing eye rolls down the hall another 15 feet.
Does it do damage?
It does do. Let me see. Does it do half damage on a success?
You said it did nothing to Elbauthin.
Earlier, you did half damage to Zeril, so.
So yes, I did do. No, I did full damage to Zeril, but then your aura of protection protected him. So you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna retroactively give you back those 22 hit points.
23, but yeah.
I think there was 22 because it was 55. It was 55.
Whatever.
Rounded down to 22.
Let's see.
Yep.
What should I have been at? I don't even remember.
You
Fuck.
should be at 20. You should be at 73 right now.
Did I take 11 from? Fuck, I don't even know.
Yeah. Okay. And then the thing scoots past you, and your aura of protection protects you. And at the end, according to the note here on what happens is, even though you've slowed down this thing, at the end of its turn, it picks up speed again. So the next turn it goes, it will go again another 60 feet. But that's the end of its turn. No, Theos's turn now.
More running probably, unless like, is the floor still? You know what? Let's actually. I'm gonna roll for his. I'm gonna roll just a simple perception check to see if he looks at the floor at all, or he's just running.
What are you looking at?
He wants. I'm looking to see if the floor is still tilted in where he is.
Where he is, it is not. It is flat.
Okay, so he's just gonna hide behind a wall and be scared.
Okay, very
Probably
good.
Shivering.
Then it is now Qrevialur's turn.
So where does the
Rolling
slant
at
end?
60 seconds, 6 seconds. So he may be able to go.
What's the question you have, Qrevialur?
Where does the slope end?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Is this gonna take up an action?
Nope.
Okay.
It's a very quick look. Yeah, you're able to determine that the slope continues on all the way to about where Haleth and Zam are standing, and then it flattens out.
Okay, so I have no real need to help either of these two.
I'm going to put these guys over here. They're not involved in this at all.
I guess he's just gonna get out of the way, because
Okay.
they can do that too.
Okay, very good.
Just gonna go up here, maybe over here.
Okay, very good.
No, he's gonna be behind, next to me. Yes.
Super. Elbauthin. It's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over here. 5, 10, 15. Does this count as being adjacent?
Yes, and let me check on that for a sec, Kraw, because I think it slows it down to 15 feet. But let me double check.
You said
Hold on. Let me read what it says. Oh, it is reduced by 15 feet.
Okay.
So technically, then, instead of 15 feet, it goes all the way to the wall.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So it went 15 feet there. Let me drop it back 15 feet. So then it goes 45 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It goes and smashes through the wall of stone.
What?
Well, shit.
You guys see splinters of stone smash everywhere. That's 30, 35, 40, 45. That's where it is.
Wait, I thought it's not its turn. How is it moving?
No, that was from last turn. Instead of going 15 feet, right? Instead of 15 feet, it went 45 feet. That was my fault.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and remove your wall of stone here.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, hey.
Now it's
And
Elbauthin's turn.
it takes no damage from rolling through stone. Well, fuck.
Oh. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to use a cantrip.
Oh, nice.
Will
That always
Cold
does.
Snap do something to it?
Cold snap. You could. I don't know what cold snap is. You mean frostbite?
Yeah, sorry.
That's cool. I like cold snap too.
I could swear there's a spell.
I think cold
Actually,
snap
can't
is.
I just take a shot at it with an arrow?
You could certainly try.
Okay, insightful fighting and take a shot at it with an arrow. Might as well I'll try.
I can't believe I have to give this thing a charisma. I have to give this a charisma score?
I'm pretty sure it's got a charisma score.
Doesn't insightful
Negative
fighting specifically
something.
designate it to be a creature? I'm so confused.
Actually, that is a good point. Can we take a look at that, please? What is insightful fighting? Could you click on that, please?
No, it's a creature.
It won't matter
It's definitely a creature.
Yeah. So let's.
Talron's right next to him, but
It
but
doesn't
that.
matter.
Oh no! Now I realize even more.
Let's cut it.
Can you even sneak attack a non-creature? Okay, sorry.
Let's cut it. It's cool. Frostbite. That's what he's gonna do. Constitution saving throw. Finally, something I can do. Constitution saving throw. Boom. All right. It got an 8.
Failed.
6 cold damage. Good job.
No.
And has disadvantage on the next weapon attack.
It's 3d6 cold damage.
3d6. That's right. Wait. No, 2d6. You're not 11th level.
Level 11. Oh.
You're not 11th level yet, my friend. So sorry. 2d6 though. So you can do 2d6 cold damage. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Eight damage. A sheen of frost appears around the iris of this rolling eyeball. Good job. Anything else, Elbauthin?
I'll stealth.
Okay. You're like, you don't see me. Poof. Disappear. Talron, you have an eyeball in your face.
Elbauthin, I can see you.
So I see this thing
Let me
looking
know
like
when
it's
you want to
literally
have a
about to
serious
crush me.
conversation about your contradictory situation.
Are you
So-
strong? Can you slow that fucking thing down?
You can
I scream
certainly
like
try.
a bitch and run.
You scream like a bitch and run. Okay. Luckily, there's no opportunity attacks from this thing.
Yeah, literally, because all my other attacks is just, they're all like offensive types.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I mean, I doubt I can banish a boulder.
I think you have to banish a creature. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
You can take a
I
look
don't
at
think
banishment.
banishing smite will affect this thing.
Probably not. But you could certainly try if you'd like.
It doesn't look like a boulder to me. It looks like a fucking eye.
It does look like a
Same.
fucking eye. Maybe it is an eye.
So,
Maybe it is
5,
an eye.
10, 15, 20, 25, 25 30, action,
Yeah.
35,
5, 40, 45.
50, 55, 60.
Okay.
I'm...
Take it easy. Take it easy. Relax. 60 is here, I think.
Ah, well.
That's okay. Okay, there you go. That is your action and dash. Very good. Movement and dash, I should say. Zeke.
All right.
Did you see Talron just spin on his heel and fucking peace out?
God damn it, everybody. Okay, I still have Bardic Inspiration, so I am going to use that on my strength check
Oh,
to
wow.
try and slow
Hero
it
of the day.
because I am not fucking strong. But that with 1d8 that I can add to it,
This is a
I feel
possibility.
like I might have a shot.
This is a possibility.
All right, so
Show us how intimidating and strong Zeke is.
oh my god, this is gonna be terrible.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I got a 1. I already said I was gonna use my Bardic Inspiration.
Let's take this moment here, folks, to appreciate the fact that Zeke got a 1, and on disadvantage, a natural 1 with a -1, which is a 0.
But I said I was
Really-
taking the inspiration already,
really
so I have
quickly.
to. So I have a 5. I fail.
The creature can wait until after it rolls the d20,
True.
So I could. Well then.
but
can
must decide before the DM says whether the roll succeeds
Well
or
then can
fails.
I? Then can I?
I'm pretty sure a
retroactively-
1 fails.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna retroactively take that 1d8 roll back just in case I need it on my deck.
That's a
save.
great idea.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay,
Alright.
thank you, Matt, for allowing that. 'cause it
I
just
was-
some
Thank you.
misunderstanding.
That's totally fine. Thank you, Drakon, for
Thank you.
helping with your own bardic inspiration. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Hey,
I'm like, why would you
I-
do that if you knew it was
I
gonna
only
fail?
get 2 a day,
Because I thought
man. I don't want them to be wasted.
I thought I had to because I said I was going.
No,
to.
no,
Alright,
no,
cool.
no, no, no.
Sweet, beautiful.
You're good.
It's just after you see your roll and before he says the result.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
And usually, like situations like these, you can assume it's not
that's
worth
good.
it.
That's not gonna help. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Ferros.
a lot of the times you'll be able to.
Alright.
Hey, that'll help.
So
Exactly.
I'm still facing
That's
down the
when
giant
You
eye.
are facing on the giant eye. It is rolling steadily in your direction.
I'm gonna hold back.
Try to hold it back. Strength check.
Are you
A 10.
kidding? Two. I roll a fucking 2.
Oh Jesus.
That's not enough. You are unable. You
Alright.
can't stop the rock.
That's my turn.
You can't stop the rock. Can't stop the rock. And now it's Crushing Eye's turn. Make a dexterity saving throw, Zeke, as it rolls into you. 5.
Oh no.
Why did you not run?
And I will, because I couldn't. I used my action.
You could.
Just-
You still have movement speed after your action.
Well, it's for retro.
It wouldn't have mattered actually. This
I
makes
mean,
It
more
still would have
sense.
rolled right over because it has 60.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Well, yeah,
I
but
can't remember
couldn't
what the
she-
I can't remember what the dex save on this is, so I am gonna roll that one
Go ahead.
You're not supposed to know.
d8. So 8.
So that
I
is
got
a
a 15.
that is a 15 dexterity save, and I believe
Yes.
that is the DC.
That's the DC.
Son of a bitch. Good job.
Thank you. Qrevialur.
I don't know if she has the
See,
hit points to survive it either way.
That's fate right there, right? The fact that she saved that bardic inspiration for that saving throw and
Oh, yes.
fucking used it when it. Please, by all means, there. Tell us in a narrative fashion how you avoid the crushing death of this enormous eye that was about to pulp you.
As this enormous eye is about to pulp me, I throw myself onto the floor, base stealing save style, and just scoot through the tiny little space between the edge of the eye and the side of the corner of the wall, just barely eking by.
This thing just rolls like literally within about 3 centimeters of your face and just goes.
Yeah.
It's still rather painful though.
And I shout, "Jesus Christ!" as it goes over.
And the eye's like, who was that? 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55,
Okay,
60.
I'm gonna ask a really stupid question.
Yes?
Can you get an opportunity attack on objects?
Sure. You want to
Okay.
slash at it? Be my guest.
He doesn't like this thing. Of course he's gonna slash at it.
Go for it, man.
Pew!
Miss.
Okay.
No.
How do you miss a ball?
It pings
It's
right off.
fast!
No, it just pings off it. It's not like he hit it. He definitely hit it. But it just goes ping, and like his
It's
sword just
also
rebounds.
very fast.
Okay. There's your opportunity attack. Zam just like watches this thing goes past and he's like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Hal's is just like, I hate this place. And I'm just gonna say it just, you guys, we're gonna have this thing just go, you know, it just expends its action, just goes boom and hits the wall and stops. And that's the end of our little trap section. Yeah.
Ugh, that's.
The eye
that'd be
stays there,
eyeballs.
judging you, watching you.
Haul myself up off the floor. Oh, you can take the
I'm-
inspiration token off of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna help
Um,
Zeke up.
Oh, Jesus, thanks, man.
Are you? Oh God, you all right?
I mean, I have definitely been better.
I'm gonna grab her by the fucking shoulder.
Oh,
Look at
what
the fuck do you think you're doing?
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry?
You fucking put a stone wall right behind me.
A non-permanent wall, dude. That thing wasn't
What am
gonna
I
make
supposed to?
sense.
I'm not gonna. I can't run through that fucking wall.
Yeah, but the ball might have hit it and taken some damage. I was trying to hurt the thing. It wasn't permanent. We had this
So you-
conversation the last time I made a wall
You,
that I had to
you
concentrate on.
fucking
No,
just-
calm the fuck down, dude.
you trapped me between that fucking wall and that ball.
I
Where-
really didn't, in
You
fact.
did.
trap
Where was
you.
I supposed to go? Where the fuck was I supposed to go?
I'm sorry, was the ball gonna turn around and come after you? It was gravity, dude.
What are you talking about? When you put the
She-
wall up,
She
the
meant
ball is-
well, goddammit. She meant well. Stop. Let's go.
Ferros,
She meant well.
Ferros, as you start to talk, you all of a sudden feel like you can't speak anymore. Like you're literally like the voice that coming out of your mouth is it just turns off. Like you're like. In fact, no one can talk. Everyone is completely silenced. Zam walks around the corner and is like, What's going on?
Oh my god, really?
And all 5 of you guys are just can't talk. And
We
in
cast
your
Detect
heads, detect magic I think has a verbal component or no? Or is it just somatic?
It does. You're right. Never mind.
Yep. So in the 5 of your heads, you hear a voice again. Except this one's sort of like a little bit, almost like it's coming from the inside of some kind of cavernous space. And it says, "Good job, everyone. I hope you didn't mind, but I just want to let you know that I've just got my eye on you. This is my way of saying thank you for being part of my little game. Points to all 5 of you. 100 to you, 100 to you, 100 to you, 100 to you, and 100 to you. Enjoy your time here. Thanks, bye." And then you guys can speak again.
That ball was rolling towards me. You put that wall there between me and the
Hey,
ball. The ball.
Ferros.
Enough with the wall.
No, that fucking ball ran me. I could have ran back.
Ferros.
I could have gone back with you guys.
No.
I was
Ferros.
blocked off.
We're about to
Ferros.
send you off with Hallister to go kill his friends.
Ferros, I'm going to say this once. Not everything is about. And I just walk away.
You, dude. Anyway, let's go.
Oh.
No,
Just accidentally.
no, she just fucking tried to kill me. Are you gonna play around? This?
Hey man,
Ferros.
you want to check and make sure there's no more of those little pressure plates up here? I really don't feel like going through that
Okay,
again.
okay. Let me try.
Holy
that
shit!
again. Let me
I'm
try
holding
that again.
person on that. I'm holding person on her.
Okay.
This is
Make a wisdom saving throw, Zeke.
Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me.
Oh,
This sort of bands of force circle around Zeke, and they hold her in place. She cannot move.
Meanwhile,
Wow,
I
you
literally-
are such an asshole. You know that?
I'm literally gonna summon my glaive and aim it at Ferros.
fucking tried to kill me.
No,
You tried to kill
I
me.
didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Ferros, you are being paranoid.
Look, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I spent most
Were
of my
none
life
of you
trying to
watching
find the good in
That
everybody.
ball rolling towards
and
the
you
wall.
make that
It was rolling
so
towards.
difficult. But no matter how annoying I think you are, I would never actively try to kill you.
Also, that thing was rolling towards everyone, not just
Yeah.
you.
And you guys
Everyone.
were far enough away to get away from it. You were moving quick enough. That was fine. But as soon as it comes around to me, I know I'm a little bit vain sometimes, but this is a little bit ridiculous, okay?
I
It
repeat,
came around-
You're
as soon
acting
as it came around to
ridiculous.
me, I was the only one who was trapped behind this wall that Zeke put up. This ball was almost entirely likely to hit me. Had I gotten hit by that ball, I could have died.
look, if
Very
I
easily.
had another choice, but it was right
coulda
in
just
front
ran
of
away
you,
with- Did Talron cast a spell?
I could have just run away and not tried to help. Yes, I could have done that, but
Who
guess
were
what?
you helping?
It's not literally everybody else.
Did your fucking wall slow it down at all?
Sadly, no, but how was I supposed to know that if I didn't
So
try?
if your wall didn't slow it down, and Talron got away without getting hurt, and Talron was right next to you, you didn't help anyone. In fact,
Ferros?
you only hindered me. You tried to get me
Ferros.
killed. I'm
I
jumping.
Ferros.
I'm
did
jumping
not
whole person.
try to get you killed.
That is absolutely what you did.
All right.
No,
all right.
it really
guys,
isn't. You
this is
enjoy-
enough. She didn't
Okay.
try to get you killed.
So-
She didn't try to get you killed. We're gonna stop this argument. It's ridiculous.
So number
if this
one,
argument doesn't stop.
right. So here's what happens after Elbauthin sort of stands between Ferros and Zeke. Number one, Ferros removes the hold person. So Zeke, you are no longer held. Elbauthin stands between the two tieflings with his arms up like this. Talron walks past Ferros and Zeke. And there's quiet for like a good 6 or 7 seconds as you guys catch your breath. And Zam quietly, although not quietly enough for even the best of passive or even the worst of passive perceptions, says to Halethgark, "Is this the way they always are?" Halethgark goes, "Yep."
I'm gonna check around for like any more traps.
I was gonna say I'm gonna
Like-
continue up the hallway.
Like at least looking along the floor.
Well, I was in the process of doing that, so that's
Well-
28 in investigation. Let me try the perception.
I'm just trying to do perception.
Okay.
24 in perception.
All right. As you look
So
around, you
24,
definitely
20.
see that pressure plate pushed down.
Nope.
Now you see it for sure. You're like,
But
oh,
now
well,
there's,
there
like-
it is, right?
There's
There's the
like
pressure
no
plate.
other.
But yeah, you look along the hallway and you don't see anything that's akin to that pressure plate.
And a fucking
32 stealth? No. You don't get
Yeah.
advantage on stealth checks, do you?
No, I don't.
You get 15. It would have been awesome if he had a 32. Like, he literally would have just disappeared from existence with a 32 stealth. But a 15, still pretty decent. All right. You guys at the bottom there want to join them at the top, or do you want to stay down there?
I'm
Talron.
gonna start working.
Huh?
I'm gonna start working.
You're
on
wandering in?
Lionsgate.
Okay. Elbauthin's like, stop. Stop. Don't.
I don't know what that is.
You look into this room, Elbauthin, and you see a row of 6 slanted stone tables. For what purpose or why they're there like this, you have no idea. Each table, however, is fitted with rusty shackles and some worn and pitted leather straps. Under the lower end of each table, set into the floor, is a shallow circular stone basin with some copper-colored fluid at the bottom.
Oh,
Well,
while I'm casting Fine Steed, I have to cast Calm Emotions on myself.
Okay.
I should mention that.
I will accept that 100%. You bringing Zeril back?
Yeah,
Zeril is back.
takes 10 minutes though.
I will suspend him for 10 minutes, but I will keep him there in case you do anything between
Okay.
now and
I look over Elbauthin's shoulder and I'm like, well, I think we found the morgue.
Looks like
A
a
what?
morgue to me. Is it a morgue?
I mean, you have morgues in Waterdeep, but nothing like this. This looks like this is some pretty.
Arcana,
This is a pretty grotesque shit. I mean, Arcana would be utilized if you knew it was something magical that you wanted to discern more information about. History would be like if you wanted to know the history of this particular kind of object. I would simply say maybe to know what these things are for would be something like a medicine check. Whoa, look at that. Fucking awesome.
Holy shit.
Excellent.
Well done.
So these look very familiar to you, Elbauthin. You've been in enough morgues in your time to know what bloodletting tables are for. These, however, look much more... most bloodletting tables are made of wood and they're slightly tilted and they have mechanisms that literally leach all of the bodily fluids from the dead body so that they can be easier interned. These tables, however, are... They are much more primitive, shall we say. And they have...
These are very...
The fact that they have leather straps on them seem to intimate that maybe, just maybe, the creatures that were placed on this table for the letting of blood might not have been dead when they arrived on the slab.
Hey,
So
Hey,
to
Zeke.
the rest of the party, I say these are bloodletting tables for live creatures.
that's gross.
Terrifying.
And with that said, Matt, I investigate the rest of the area for anything else that I can find, either on the tables or in the
Sure,
bowls.
roll investigation, absolutely.
I already did. You want me to re-roll it?
I didn't see it. Where did I see that? Investigation.
Hey, Zeke.
Where did I see
Yeah,
it?
28.
what's up?
28?
You want to know what
Up
grinds?
at the top there? Yeah, I see it. There it is.
You want to know what grinds my gears?
Okay. That's...
Sure, what grinds your gears?
These tables aren't straight.
That's the least of my concerns, but they are,
I know, but it's like they can't just be perfectly aligned, you know?
Not everything is perfectly aligned in life, sweetie.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, if you really want to move on back, I'll
I'm,
help you, I guess.
I'm
But
what? I'm not touching that. I mean, it could be
then you're
contaminated.
I'll
then
come
you're
around the
just
corner.
gonna have to deal with it, I guess.
Well, I mean, I doubt my mage hand has enough force to be able to move him.
No, definitely not. I think that can move like 10 pounds.
Do
5.
I see anything,
5, yeah,
Matt?
does not happen.
Hold on just for
It was a good thought.
Yeah.
Okay. When you look around this room, at the corner of this room, you see hidden in the corner right here. So, a clay pot.
Can I reach it?
Yeah, you can reach it.
It's not trapped or anything, right?
I mean, you can certainly take a look. With an investigation of what you rolled, I don't think you think that there are any traps around this pot.
And the 24 perception.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you're safe.
Okay, so take the clay pot.
Okay, the pot is about 10 pounds. It's not light. It's full of earth. It's painted with images of a barefooted elf, perhaps a druid, leading a march of small, uprooted shrubs that seem to be walking of their own accord. Inside the pot, coming out of the earth, is a small, maybe foot-tall plant.
So I hand this off to Talron or Zeke.
Okay, which one?
See if they can discern what it is. I don't know. Who's got
I'll
the
take-
highest... Sorry.
I'll take a look at it and see.
Okay.
The
See
highest
if I
what?
can. Would it be? Are you trying to determine if it's magical? If the plant.
Anything about it. Anything. Absolutely anything.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if this is a magic plant?
You could certainly determine it. I mean, you would have to sort of like say cast like a detect magic spell or something like that. Arcana
Well, I
really
mean,
it
because
doesn't.
you said that there's drawings of marching plants on the side of the pot, and there's
Sure.
a plant growing out of the pot. So if I'm trying to figure out if this
Do I
plant
rec-
growing out of the pot is a marching pot
I gotcha.
versus
Do
a
I-
marching magical plant, wouldn't that be an Arcana check?
You
Do
can
I-
roll Arcana and let's see how well you do. Go ahead, Talron. What's up?
Do I recognize what type of plant it
Not
is?
great.
Make a nature check.
16.
So, Zeke, you look at this pot and you're like, it's kind of a weird looking pot. And you're like looking all around it, trying to find a sort of like determine if it has magical essence to it. And then you sort of look up for a sec because the plant, it moved. It's sort of like, it's straight up and down. And then it it has these sort of like leaves that come out of it and it just turns. And as it turns, you see that the front of this plant has sort of this sort of weird greenish, well, I guess the best you could say is kind of a face. And it sort of like wiggles in your direction, sort of floppily. And, it says in this sort of strange, I guess, almost like a I don't know, what's the best voice to probably use for this? Here, let me think. Yeah, this is a good one. This sort of crazy voice.
I am Brit.
I say, hi, I am Zeke.
I am Groot.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you live here?
I am Groot.
Okay, so that's clearly all it knows how to say.
do I get anything out of that 16?
It doesn't seem to be a plant that you recognize, no.
I'd never seen anything like that in the swamps.
I've never seen anything like this anywhere. I just kind of shake my head. I have no idea what to do with this talking plant.
I don't.
It's kind of cute.
I am Groot.
I guess. I hmm. Did we
Yeah.
just did we just go or like?
I mean, I kind of look at him and I'm like, can you walk? And I make like little walkie fingers with my hand.
It looks down at it's sort of like where it's planted in the pot, and it sort of like comes back up. And when it comes back up, its face is like completely downtrodden, and then it just says,
I am Groot.
Aww.
I
Well,
can't
I
leave him here.
Well,
God damn it.
uh,
Okay. I'm like, all right. I was like, hold on. And I kind of like open up the top of my backpack and sort of position the pot in it so that plant guy is sticking up out of the top. And I'm like, well, all right, fine. He's coming with us. Put my backpack
you
back
sure?
on.
You sure he's friendly?
He looks pretty friendly to me. I often find that whether or not someone is friendly has an awful lot to do with how you treat them. So maybe if we're nice to him, he'll be nice to us. It's
you
worth
hear
a
from
shot.
inside the bag, you hear,
Well, no, I kept the top of the bag open, so he should be poking up out of it.
oh, okay, fine, okay. So then he's
I'm not
just
gonna
like,
smother my poor little talking.
he's fine then. He's fine.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
where to next, friends?
Well, there's definitely another pathway up ahead.
Well,
I
think
think I have a
maybe-
better solution. No, I
What?
got something.
Okay.
You guys clearly are uncomfortable with the fact that I've been helping Hala. And that's the reason why you're on this level. So I give you a proposal, a
I
simple
don't know
one.
about you guys. I am uncomfortable with the reason you're helping. I don't know anything about anybody else.
No, clearly you're all uncomfortable with it. I think so, at least. And you know what? I think that's fine. You're uncomfortable staying on this level because of Hala and me. Understandable. So my proposal is you guys go back, you go down.
we're not splitting up this.
No, you go
Alright.
down. No. You absolutely
Okay.
go down.
I'm going. Okay, fine.
Go
I'm
back.
going.
Go
I'm going
down.
down.
Go
Calm
No.
Oh,
emotions
jeez. No,
on himself.
guys.
No. You Talron. Back this way or where the stairs are. You guys have found them? You can go down, you can go to Skullport, you can do what you want. It's not even a split up. I'll be with Hala. You guys clearly don't want to be around him. And I think there's a little bit of sentiment for me too. I think it's a fair option.
Haleth looks over at all of you and says, do you really consider me that much of a burden?
I don't consider you a burden. That's what
I'm not talking to you.
All right.
I just kind of roll my eyes. I'm just like, the
I
emotional
consider
baggage
revenge
of this
a
party is
I'm trying to remove
Absurd.
it. I'm making it simple. You go down.
I'm
I stay
responding
up.
to Haleth. I consider
Nobody-
revenge a burden. I consider revenge a burden.
I don't consider any person a burden. I just don't know how I feel about helping somebody murder his former party members.
I'm just moving on ahead.
Okay. Talron has left your eyesight, by the way.
I'm actually cool with going down to the next floor. If you guys want to go down the next
Oh,
floor.
hello.
Talron,
I
just-
you find something, and I want you to stay out of channel for a sec. Would you mind? Because I want you to see what you see. Separate.
Sure.
I think splitting up is a terrible idea.
It's not splitting up.
We're not.
There's already a whole bunch of
technically
people in this group. There's a whole bunch of people in your group. It's simply, obviously these two groups can't commingle at this point. There's been too much arguing. There's been too much fighting, and clearly you don't want to be around Haleth.
You're
It
making
seems to work out
Nobody says they don't want to be around Haleth.
because Haleth is
Wanna help.
on a vengeance
We
mission
don't.
to kill.
We don't want to
his
help
party
Haleth kill people. Yeah.
Right.
It is.
So I'm making it simple.
Then
This is the
fine.
simplest
Haleth
solution.
says, then fine. Give me a weapon, and I'll find them and kill them myself.
I'm going with you, Haleth. I'm not going with them.
I already gave you one.
He looks down at the quarterstaff, and he's like, this is a piece of shit.
Haleth, do
Jesus
you remember
Christ.
we passed by any other pathways that weren't like completely like we didn't travel down? Were there some we missed? I don't remember exactly.
Plenty of them.
All right, let's go back and find some.
What about your... And he sort of nods down the hallway.
Fuck them.
All right.
I hope. Yeah, he's an interesting dude. He doesn't want to kill things, but he wants to help someone commit.
Take my greatsword.
and revenge.
I'll hand him my greatsword.
Okay. You hand him his great... we'll find out what the great sword is. Hopefully the next time we get some kind of attack. But yeah, he takes the quarterstaff and he sheathes it in his back or whatever. Let me just flip to channels to Talron, tell him what he finds, because he's far away from the rest of you guys, unless you guys are catching up to him. But let me go into
I was
that
like,
channel.
I'm gonna start looking for him. I kind of look around and realize that
Make a perception check. Let's see if you figure out where he went. I mean, there's only really one way he could have gone.
that's kind of what it looks like. But
So you
I
can make it
check
with
anyway.
advantage.
Okay.
12.
Jeez.
Yeah, you're like, I think he might have, maybe he moved past Sam. I don't know.
Like, oh Jesus, I'm gonna go fucking look.
Okay.
I'm gonna start walking off this way.
Okay, cool. You don't see him. Oh, Elbauthin's face is
Like,
chasing
oh,
you.
Jesus,
There we go.
you are.
Okay, so let me bring him back into channel here. Give me 1 second. All right, dude, come back. All right, he's coming back. All right, so after about 10 seconds of staring at this thing on the wall, you finally are rejoined by Zeke and then Elbauthin directly after you. But you've had a good 15 seconds to look at this thing, Talron. So let me tell you what it is that you see first. You see a, well, for all intents and purposes, a stone sarcophagus lid that has seemingly been made into a desk atop two misshapen blocks of stone.
That must be what the desk said.
I think that is what the desk said. Fuck.
They found my secret hiding place.
They found, indeed. Fuck you, video game. Play more Dungeons and Dragons. Behind it is a high-backed chair made of charred wood that has an armrest missing. And then beyond the desk and the chair, to the south of it, you see dusty books crammed into the niches in the south wall. And you see sort of similar niches in the other walls, which contain tall alabaster urns made out of clay. And they're covered with dust and cobwebs. There are about 17 in all. You've had about 15 seconds to sort of look at this. Do you want to do something in the first 15 seconds before you're joined by Zeke and Elbauthin?
Well, first of all, I wanted to see which one of these these books and urns and whatnot actually stood out and whatnot. What seemed like
there are
you know,
plenty
which
of
one-
books. They cover many different subjects: alchemy, dwarven
Well,
and
I'm
elven
definitely,
history.
I like to think I'm definitely grabbing at least one of these books and flipping through it real quick and
Okay, make a D10 roll. Okay. You pick up a book that looks like it's about gem craft. Sort of blow the dust off of it.
Yeah.
And that's when Zeke and Elbauthin join you in the room. Unless Elbauthin has pieced out already.
Whoa,
I
this is
pieced out.
odd.
I
Okay.
went over to. I want to see if I can talk to Ferros before he decides to take off.
Okay, we'll come back to your discussion in 1 second. Let's see if we can hit this one between Zeke and Talron. And then we'll come back to you, Elbauthin and Ferros, after you.
Do any of the books look less dusty than the others?
Make a
Now-
perception check.
Alright.
Can I assist?
Do you have perception trained?
Yes.
Then you absolutely can. You will give her advantage on said.
Alrighty.
Well,
Doesn't fucking matter.
unfortunately, the rules is the rules, folks. You look, they all seem to be approximately the same age, covered in approximately the same amount of dust.
All right, then
Yep.
I grab one at random.
Okay, roll a d10.
Let's see. Got one in jewelry crafting.
Okay, you pick up a book. You look at the front of it. It says "The Science of Weather Prediction." Why it doesn't work.
Why it doesn't work.
Somebody wrote an entire book about this. I open it up and start flipping through it anyway.
Yeah,
just
the
out of
pages start like
curiosity.
coming apart because the glue is hundreds of centuries old.
Oh no!
You're like, ugh, gee, and the pages just flying all over the place. And you don't know who the author is. It seemingly is by anonymous, but you get the sort of gist that this person is just constantly going off about how this so-called science that they've discovered doesn't seem to be making it any, any. It's just all bunk.
I mean,
Okay,
come
well,
on.
no surprise there. The owner of the coffin desk is crazy, but I'm going to grab another book anyway. Just
I
out of
mean,
curiosity.
Roll a
Come on, look
d10.
at- You know, screw it out.
Oh, an 8. I thought I got a 6 again.
No, if you rolled a 6 again, I would have had to roll again. But an 8. Okay, you pick up a book that is about elven history.
Ooh. I think I'll pass it.
Talron's like, ooh.
I more gently this time start reading this one.
Okay. I mean, it goes back centuries, as elven history in the Forgotten Realms does. It's boring. It reads like stereo instructions.
you know what? Let me try.
A 9. Okay. So you pick up a book about dwarven history. And when you open up this book, Talron, several pages, as soon as you open up, they fall out.
Oh,
You say, oh, and then you realize that the words on these pages that fall out are actually arcane writing.
Hmm.
They are spell pages out of a spell book.
Well, now that's interesting. I'm kind of like reading over his shoulder.
Yeah,
What
there
are
are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spell book pages that float out of this book.
I gingerly open up the book to see if there's like any, like if this entire book is like covered in these like arcane.
You look at
Like-
it, and the rest of the book is badly burned. All the pages are burned to smithereens.
But
The
it's just
cover of it says Dwarven history, but it's clearly a very carefully crafted ruse for a burned spell book, which has
I
8
pick up
pages
one of
left.
the. I pick up one of the pages that fell out.
Okay, roll a d8. Let's see which spell you picked up.
Why does that seem familiar?
Let's see if this spell is on your spell list here. Oh, yes, it is. You can determine that this is a spell called Comprehend Languages.
Oh,
Oh, that could be
That's-
handy.
that is very handy indeed.
So I don't know how sorcerers they can't pick up spells in the same way that wizards do, right? So to
Right.
learn new
The only
spells,
class that can learn spells like it's a wizard.
that's correct.
Yeah.
So even though you have these, they're not considered spell scrolls, right?
Mhm.
They are simply pages out of a spell book.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, because I'm wild magic, so I don't learn spell
Exactly.
books. Yeah.
Exactly.
You're like, well, I guess maybe if I had decided to go to school, this would be a little bit more useful. But
You remember, like,
you know what?
didn't your mother tell you to go to school? And like,
You know what?
my mother's in jail.
that's true.
Let's
Your
just
father-
gather up all these.
Mm.
Is also in jail.
In a different
Yeah,
kind of
let's
jail.
just gather
Far
up all
away.
these. Yeah, let's just gather up all these pages and like
Okay.
put them in the bag.
Okay.
We'll roll them up very carefully and stick them into my pack.
Okay, as you do so, you see the plants in there again, and he says,
I am Groot.
Whoa!
I kind of give him a little. I pat him on the head. I like scratch him behind the head. I assume is behind his head.
he says,
I am Groot.
Yes, you are.
All right. Well,
I wish
any
I
more
could
of these?
comprehend languages, you my little.
Any more of these look interesting to you, Zeke? I mean, there's this one about jewelry crafting.
I mean, I kind of look at the jewelry book for a second to see if it's got anything interesting in it, but
it sort of just goes through sort of the standard gems, everything from very commonplace,
Turquoise.
hepatite, that kind of stuff.
ruby,
Or hematite,
yeah.
I should say. And then it goes into, the average, where you can find these gems, where they're normally, to be unearthed, etc., that kind of stuff.
I feel like that actually might be kind of handy. I'm gonna tuck that one in my bag too.
Super duper.
But yeah, looking at the other books, I mean, they look like old. They look like.
Yep, they all do.
I mean, the most valuable thing is that book and these 6 pages. So, or
Okay.
at least how many pages there are. But
Very good.
I don't think it was that much of a dead end, was it?
I'm gonna pick up one more book just out of curiosity.
Roll a d8. 3. You pick up a book about engineering. Specifically the engineering of dungeons. How one creates a dungeon.
This, I feel, might actually be even more useful than the gem book. I'm going to take that too.
Excellent. Make sure to note these in your
I am putting them in right now.
inventory.
I'm actually putting one Groot in my inventory.
All right.
He's in my backpack.
All right.
We probably
Anything else from you two?
we probably shouldn't linger here.
I'm actually, I want to go look at one of the clay jars real quick.
Okay, sure.
We go out. Also,
Absolutely.
I'm kind of enjoying a break from all this.
There are a lot of them, right? There are 17 of these clay jars.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go to the 9th jar and pick it up and take a look at it.
Okay. You pick up the 9th jar. You look inside. There's a lot of dust inside.
Oh goody, more dust.
I look in the 7th.
Open it up. Dust.
Yeah, nothing but dust.
I mean, do we open them all just in case?
Poop, poop, poop,
Might as
poop,
well.
poop,
Just open all the
poop.
goddamn jars.
Okay. You take them all down like that. You just like sweep them across with your arms. Okay, you take them all, and from the hallway, and I'm about to flip to Ferros and Elbauthin for their talk. You guys just hear this enormous crash of clayware, and Talron just goes, ah.
And
What's
then I just
likely
yell out, "We're fine. We're fine. It's all fine."
What is the likely chance I'm gonna sneeze?
Make a Constitution saving throw. We did it when you were drunk, so let's see if. Yeah, you sneeze.
No.
You just start to sneeze like crazy. The dust is just getting into your nose.
Oh, okay,
crazy.
honey.
But for good effect, because as you sneeze and the dust sort of billows around you, you see in the midst of all of this dust, which actually was people at one point, you realize you're standing in people dust.
Get the fuck out of here.
You say, "I'll get the fuck out of here," and then you see a small white pouch on the ground.
A what?
A small white pouch on the ground in the midst of all this rubble.
Mage hand gonna reach for it?
Okay, as you do so, let's switch back to Elbauthin and Ferros for their little
Before
talkity
Elbauthin
talk.
comes, because he was walking off, I wanted to do 2 things. First, I wanted to ask Zero, just telepathically. You saw it, right? I'm not insane. They put a wall behind you, between me and you and the ball.
Zeryl sort of.
I'm talking to Zero.
I know.
Okay.
Zeryl looks at you and says, "Oh, I saw it all right.
All right.
I'm appreciative of you, by the way, taking the fall for me. I was ready to sort of go back to my not so happy place, but
I understand. And then I'm going to speak up about, like I said before, and point to the 3 who aren't Hala. You 3. You should
yeah.
probably stay with the rest of the group. Them.
What do you mean, the rest of the group?
Well, them, because they're probably going to go down further, and they're probably more useful with that.
Oh no,
There's
no,
no
no! I've got to get back to Rizeril. He's on this level. I can't go down there.
All right. And Qrevialur?
I don't know if he's back.
Well,
Oh, he's back. Good.
it's a
Why
bit
would-
complicated. Let's just say, from an objective standpoint, I believe my chance of surviving and finding my wife is a lot higher if I'm with you than with those.
If you're trying to find your wife, wouldn't you have to go down further?
Yes, but I'd have to make it that far.
I don't know. I think you should at least stay with them for now.
Well, that's not gonna happen. We have one man who wanted me dead, condemned me to prison for life, and by some sheer god
I wanted you. Wait.
I'm about to say, Elbauthin's probably walking at this point.
Yeah, you say this in the presence of Elbauthin, Qrevialur.
Yeah, he doesn't care. And then we have
First of all, I didn't
your
want you dead.
boyfriend that doesn't seem to give a shit about anything and has anger issues. And then you have Zeke, who seems like she's above it all and doesn't give a shit about what anybody else has to say, and she just wants to go. So, out of those three, out of these four people that we're currently with, that I'm currently with, you're the only one that seems to give a shit about anything I say. And being with someone who cares and will listen and communicate increases my chance of survival. I've learned that the hard way.
That's your prerogative. Okay, Elbauthin, what's your argument to convince me to stay?
I'm not going to convince you to stay. I just need to talk to you without these people around for a second.
I've already made my conviction. If you're going to try to dissuade me from doing it,
No, I'm not going to try to
you'll
dissuade
be hard
you.
pressed.
I'm not going to try to dissuade you.
Wow.
Now what?
I need to speak with you in private, please.
All right.
So Elbauthin
also-
and Ferros sort of walk around the corner, out of Qrevialur's earshot, and far away enough that Zeke and Talron are still sort of assessing what's in that giant pile of dust. By the way, thank you all for the raid. We're getting raided right now, so I hope you all enjoy the show.
We're getting raided?
Drama!
I love the raids.
So much drama.
Wait,
I know.
who sent the raid?
It was from, let's see, who was from Goblin Cave, man. Goblin Cave is raiding.
Fun.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Goblin Caveman.
So back to the story. Elbauthin, Ferros, please continue.
What was it?
Ferros, it doesn't matter to me what group I'm with. I have a purpose for being here. Whether I'm with a group or not, I have to be here.
I understand that.
My question for you, Ferros, is what is your purpose here? Because it seems that your purpose all of a sudden became to go avenge this man's death. And before that, why even come in here?
I have an original purpose for coming in here, and then I have this current purpose on a certain floor that I'm trying to engage in.
What was the original purpose?
Well, my original purpose was following Talron.
You just decided you were going to follow Talron in.
That's correct. But clearly he's more fascinated with Zeke right now. So I think she's done a fair enough job of stealing him from me. So I think that tie is cut. So hey.
I'm not gonna argue that point with you.
Sure.
I will say this, and I guess I'll leave you with this. The action that you're about to take, and by the way, I don't understand what's happened to you. I see that your hair has changed color. Something's happened to you. But the actions that you're about to undergo, I don't believe are good ones. I'm not one to judge, I can't sit here and judge you for your actions. These actions you feel are right, then by all means. But at the end of the day, the path that you're on is not a good one.
I guess I'll leave you with this standpoint then. I still respect you, and I think you hold to your ground very well. I just don't think you understand what I'm trying to go through right now with Haleth, and maybe perhaps it's not possible to comprehend.
I don't really comprehend it. I don't understand. Do you have an oath to Haleth or something? Do you?
I gave my word to him.
Why would you give your word to avenge? If these people had wronged you, then I would understand vengeance within the limits of the law. If there was an organization that wanted you, that whose aims were clear and these people were targets of that organization, I'd even understand that. But why would you give an oath to someone you don't know who, and you don't even know who he was in his former life? You have no idea who he was in his former life.
Perhaps this is our difference then. You see, with them harming Haleth, they not only harmed him and killed him, but me learning of it harmed me too. And there is some vengeance in that must be fulfilled.
I guess so, but it isn't yours. It's Haleth's.
No, it is mine and his.
Well, then you're destined to be like him. I mean, is Haleth what you want to be?
There is a distinct silence as after Elbauthin asks that question. Elbauthin, go ahead and make an insight check.
I love these dice.
They just take for like 15 seconds. Woo! 26. Insanity. Ferros, I think you can pretty much tell Elbauthin how that hit you.
He doesn't want to be like Haleth. Haleth's just killing people.
Elbauthin, you read exactly what you thought. I mean, the question was rhetorical. And it seemed to have hit home with Ferros. Indeed.
No, he's not killing people. It's not what he's doing. It's not what his actions are. It's what he is.
Sorry, that's what you read from the insight check. He didn't actually say it.
No. But he sort of gleans that from
Sorry, okay.
from Ferros's interaction. He doesn't even have to require a response, I think, at that point.
Okay.
So, at this point in time, we're going to sort of fade out on this conversation. Sort of like the camera sort of lenses out on two different, and it sort of pans between two different figures. It pans between Ferros looking over at Haleth Gark, and Haleth looking very stoic in no apparent direction. He's just sort of like scanning the hallways. And then Ferros just sort of looking at his own hands and then looking over at Haleth. And then the camera sort of like pans away from Ferros and over to another scene a little further away between Zeke and Talron. And Talron, you're standing there amongst all this dust, and you pick up this white pouch that has come from the inside of one of these urns. What do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna look at the pouch in my hand for a moment before I carefully open it up.
Okay. You take the drawstring, you open it up.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to take our break. Okay. And now we're going to take our break, guys. For those of you in chat, thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to be back. We're going to take a 5-minute break right around now. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you again for the raid as well, for those of you who's coming in. And we'll be back in 5, so stay around for the crazy insanity, as we are not done for tonight, folks. Stick around, and yeah, it'll be fun until the night is done. Talk to you soon.
Holy shit.
Can I really quickly say something? So this is just more of a personal thing. I understand that RP is very important, but there's a bit too much. Like, I know it's all fake, I know it's all played, but it still makes a bad
I'm absolutely not. But I'm not angry at anyone.
Yeah, definitely not.
close to home for me. So just
Yeah, for sure.
for reference, I'm fine. I'm fine with people getting angry. That's fine. That's part of our game. If we did get angry at each other, we get you for it. But just we need to if we can take it down from like a 9 to like a 5, that way that'd be really awesome. And I'm really sorry. Yeah.
I think
Yeah. I'll be back.
no, it's fine. I have wrong with that. It's more of an anger outburst than a one-time thing. So.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's just personally, I can barely handle yelling at me. Work out of me.
Yeah.
So I just needed
I'm surprised Talron left. That's so fast.
Qrev would have stepped in. As soon as Talron pulled out his blade, Talron was gonna stick out his sword straight at Talron's face.
Qrevialur, yeah.
Qrevialur,
The only problem I have with that, and not with you, not with what you do. The only problem I have with going the opposite way in the argument, it's like, I guess the only real thing you really need to say was my bad.
I guess if it's more spread.
I have no idea how else to take it besides she's trying to kill Ferros. I don't know. Alright. She still blocked Ferros in.
Ferros also decided to hate her from the moment he met her and has never, ever,
That
ever,
is true. That is true.
ever.
You did block him in.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for staying with us on our lovely journey tonight into the unknown. This is just good old Dungeons and Dragons. And yeah, we're back.
Dungeons and Dragons and Groot.
Yes, and Root.
And Root.
Yeah, we do not infringe copyright. This guy is definitely not Groot. He is 100% Root. He is
Well,
Root.
I better change that in my inventory.
Yeah, remove the G. He is. I am Root. I am Groot.
One Root.
Okay.
What if he's a parody? That would make it easy.
I mean, he could very well be a parody.
It's true. We can still call him Root. It's fine.
Yes, I don't.
He's my friend
Yes,
now.
I mean, maybe he could be someone's cousin. Anyway, Talron, when you pick up this pouch and you open it up, you see inside this pouch dust.
I'm gonna like flip it over upside down.
Dust comes
Like-
shaking out into your hand.
Does it look different than the other dust?
Make a perception check, both of you. To you, it looks like dust, Talron.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to do Tides of Chaos and give myself advantage on this check.
Okay.
Oh no!
Yay!
Oh no!
DM count. So good. So good. Okay. So you got a
Didn't
10.
really help me at all.
It looks like sort of sparkly, maybe a couple of sparks of mica in there, but it looks like dust.
I kind of like poke at one of the sparkly bits.
Okay.
Pick it up on my finger.
Let me just check something here and see what happens when you poke the
Wild
sparkly
magic.
dust. Okay. Boo, boo, boo. Shit that.
He looks way too happy about that.
When you stick your finger into it, you sort of stick your finger into it, you poke it a little bit, you take your finger out, you're missing a finger.
Jesus Christ!
You look and you're like, ah! You now have 4 fingers on one hand. Wait.
Can I still feel the finger?
Wait.
Yeah, you can still feel the finger. You just
Wait,
can't see it.
How's my
I'm gonna, like,
hand?
You can't see the bottom of your hand. Like, you can see your fingers where the dust didn't hit, but the palm of your hand is just gone.
It's like invisibility dust. That's. I'm I'm poking myself with my invisible
Hang on,
finger.
I'm gonna rub both my hands with this shit.
You rub your hand. The dust starts to fall on the floor. Do you want to keep it in your hands, or do you want to let it fall on the floor amongst all the other dust?
That's.
Try to keep it
Does
from
it like?
falling.
Can I
I'm trying to wipe
off?
someone. Trying to wipe someone with Zeke.
I'm poking Talron with my invisible finger.
Stop touching me!
Stop touching me!
So cool.
Okay.
Okay. So wait, I can see the dust,
Mm-hmm.
but then when I cover my finger in the dust, I can't see my finger.
Mm-hmm.
But it was inside a pouch, and I could see the pouch.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So like, it only makes. Or can I see when I rub it on my shirt? Does it make part of my shirt invisible?
Whatever you rub it on, the little parts of dust make whatever you're seeing invisible.
But it didn't make the pouch. What is happening? I like.
There's all a little bit of dust left compared to how much there was when you first poured it
Really?
into your hand. There's maybe half
Back
as
in
much dust.
Back in the pouch, I
Put
guess.
it back in the pouch.
Okay.
Yeah.
You put it back into the pouch. Pouch is
Still
fine.
got invisible hands.
You still have invisible hands.
And I have an invisible finger.
And you have an invisible finger.
Oh my god, I kind of want to fuck with them.
Yes.
Should
Let's
we go
do
back
it.
and fuck with them?
Yeah.
I think we should. All right.
Yeah.
Wait, take that pouch, put it back.
Okay. Yeah.
Take it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And I just let out like a blood-curdling scream.
Okay,
Oh,
Elbauthin and Ferros and Qrevialur. The 3 of you hear a scream coming from the west.
Meanwhile, I'm giggling maniacally on the corner.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go in with perception, investigation, all that shit loaded up. Do you want me
Alright.
to roll that stuff?
No, I'm good. I have them from last time.
So you're gonna go with my 24 perception and 28 investigation?
Yes, indeedy. Okay, you walk
Okay, what
into
about
the room, and Ferros walks in behind you.
I'm
And you...
like cradling my invisible finger in my other hand.
Okay. Zeke has four fingers on one hand.
I dispel magic.
And I have no hands.
I dispel magic. Both of you.
Ferros walks in and just goes, poof, dispels magic, and now you can see your hands and your fingers again.
Oh,
No, that was short-lived. Far less climactic than I thought it would be.
I really want to know how you knew that was a spell, Ferros, but I'm not going to bring that into...
Were they bleeding?
No, they were not.
I mean, this wasn't.
Wait,
any-
it was a spell? Wait, I thought it was like magic dust.
Well, it's any spell of 3rd level or lower.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a spell.
Or magical effect.
Yeah, I thought it was a magical effect.
All right, fair enough. I'll give you that one.
Like they,
Very
well, they weren't. They weren't
very-
bleeding.
Very,
They weren't bleeding. That was the main tip off.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
very,
This
very
ain't
funny,
no-
guys. Very, very, very funny, guys.
This ain't no
Let's
Star
have-
Wars
Let's have fun
lightsaber.
in a creepy dungeon.
Cauterize the wound.
I mean, tensions have been running a little high. I thought maybe some humor would lighten the mood. Apparently, I was wrong.
Burning my spell slots lightens the mood a lot.
Didn't ask you to. Well, this is decidedly awkward. I guess
Yeah.
we should go back and find the way out of here, huh?
I mean, the only other pathway we found was the stairs. Which,
I guess we
if-
missed something somewhere in the giant dungeon. Go figure. I'm actually gonna look around at the walls on the way out here and see if anything looks like a hidden door, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I would have probably told Elbauthin, considering the
I assume you would have,
crazy
but-
investigation that he had as he walked into the room. As like, you just watch whenever Elbauthin like enters a room, he's always like he never looks at people. He's always looking at the walls. He's just like, this is not right.
Every party needs one.
The walls.
nope. Sadly, this was just a dead end.
It's like
Done.
that's like my only utility. That and stabbing shit. I mean, that's pretty
You
much
are very good at stabbing shit.
All right,
Thank
dead end.
Again. Well-
Again.
We've got two fellows here who are convinced there is more to this level, which means somewhere we missed something.
This
There
place
have
is so-
convinced there's more to this level.
There have been
I'm
a
not
few
convinced at all
paths that
there's
we've.
more to this level.
Yeah, there's been a few paths we've passed by.
this place is so. This place is so huge.
It really is bullshit how huge this place is.
I mean, nobody ever
doesn't make
said this
any
was going to be easy.
Well,
this
I
is not
rather
the
know-
dungeon of fluffy bunnies.
I still want to check out what
Where,
Scarf
where
I
did
want a
Ferros
dungeon
and
full of
Where did
bunnies.
Ferros and I leave off? I don't. Ferros and I left off with the.
We were interrupted.
But I think at that point in the conversation, Elbauthin, you had definitely made your point.
It was the instant.
Okay, so we're good. In any case, I think I should let it be known to the other guys what I'm here looking for. Zeke, Talron. Yeah, the reason that I'm down here is because I'm searching for a soul shard. I was ordered to come in on my own and try and get this shard. And that's the reason that I'm here. I have no other reason to be here, but finding that shard. I'm willing to hang out with you guys as long as as you know, it gets me to the shard. And you guys can, of course, I will assist you in the process of doing whatever it is that you guys are down here to do.
And we'll help you find the shard. I kind of thought that's what we were all doing.
I come
Is
here.
that what you guys were all helping me to find the shard? That's amazing. I didn't even know.
I
Well,
mean,
my-
I thought that we all came down here to help each other, not to argue and go off on separate missions and only care about what we
I'm
can.
with you.
That's what I thought we were here for, man. I thought we were here to help each other out. So if the shard is what you're looking for, I want to help you find it.
Well,
Qrevialur, I told you I would help you find your. Well, I didn't tell you you got dragged off in chains,
Qrevialur
but you
is
asked
not
me. Oh, he's not
there.
here. Oh, okay.
Oh, he is. Never mind. I didn't
He's
know you were
there.
over here.
Qrevialur
you
is
go.
definitely there.
Qrevialur, you asked me to help you find your wife, and I intended to do that. I'm helping some other lady find her brother, and I'm trying to help my family at the same time. Like, we've all got a lot going on down here. But at the end of the day, I thought that we came down here together to do all of this together.
Then you thought wrong.
Awesome.
You came down here for the sole
I
purpose to
don't-
agree due to, let's say, less than lawful acts that your family committed. It was clear when I talked to you earlier. I didn't reveal it because about the ones there. I was just trying to be nice, but it's clear to me that your less than lawful acts also go to your own actions and how morally bereft you are of anything. Bereft.
You know, you made decisions about me the moment you saw me based on the way that I look.
And you know what?
And that's fine. You can
You know
do
what?
that. But don't go around acting like you know me, man.
I
'cause you
well, I
don't.
didn't. I'll be honest. At the beginning, I did prejudge you. I did. That's true. But sometimes prejudices are true.
Or sometimes prejudices color every decision we make about somebody. That's all I'm going to say. You can feel about me however you want.
Maybe Ferros has a future position as a judge in Waterdeep.
Maybe. Would suit him.
my purpose being down here is to find whatever the fuck is scaring my god.
My purpose down here was to stop
Wait.
Hollister from being angry.
Someone's scaring your
From being
god?
mad.
Well, God.
That's not what you told me, Ferros. That wasn't the
Yeah.
original purpose.
There's something
not-
down
it's
here.
not- it's not the
new purpose.
What I told you was not true, Elbauthin. The reason I'm sorry to interrupt your patrons talking, being scared due to something, probably from Hollister himself, because Hollister's probably going to do something awful. Because Hollister's going crazy. All right? That's the reason I'm actually down here, to stop him from going crazy. You guys may be down here for some other purpose. That's irrelevant. All this probably stems from that, in some way or another.
Haleth, Gark, and Zam, and for that matter, Nerthiost, have all been silently watching the five of you talk. None have uttered a word until Zam sort of like puts up his little hand. And he looks at the five of you. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
You guys aren't gonna kill me, right?
No. Well-
Definitely not, dude.
I hope they won't. I won't.
Okay. Because there's a lot of bad people who come down here, like, all the time. They call themselves adventurers, they call themselves good people, but they're really just down here to kill and maim and take shit and go back to Waterdeep. I gotta be honest. I and my brothers and sisters, we don't see very many good people down here. We see mostly assholes. I mean, it's true. I don't mean to make you laugh. It's true. We see a lot of assholes who come down here because they just want to rape the whole system. Some of them set up shop down here.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, just don't attack me, and I won't try and.
Oh, I have no intention of attacking you. You've destroyed and killed a whole lot of things that I would never even touch. And you jumped out of the way of the crashing eyeball. I would never have gone near that thing. I'm in general what you would call a coward. But that doesn't mean that I don't know people. I know people. And people, well, I don't know him. And he sort of motions over at Haleth, and Haleth just sort of glowers at him. I mean, I don't know you because you're dead. I don't know, maybe you were a really good person in life. But, I mean, I can tell you five are relatively good. You all have your own reasons for being here, and I understand some of you may want to do it alone, some of you want to do it without other people, but I mean, you may want to consider that of all the assholes who come down here, you guys are better than all of them. There's something to be said about that. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Sorry if I took up your time.
Qrevialur looks pretty fed up with the whole situation.
Oh,
And so he just like kind of leans his head back and like his eyes look dead into him. And he just says, "Whoever told you I was a good guy? These people would have you believe I don't deserve it. Especially that one." And he points at Elbauthin.
I mean, I don't know who that is, but he's wearing city watch colors, so I can assume he's a cop.
So he's trash. That's what he is. He doesn't care about anything other than his moral compass. He doesn't care about who does anything. He just wants his moral compass to be right, and everybody else has to abide by his moral compass. That's all he cares about. Zeke
You
likes
have
to be
an
high
interesting
above
way.
everybody else. I don't know what the fuck Talron is. He's just here,
You're
I
very-
guess. And then Ferros, I don't fucking know. He's going through some puberty shit. Again, I guess.
You have a pretty interesting way of looking at the world. That's all I have to say.
Okay, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Well, for one thing, it's not my moral compass. When you go to a city, there are laws. If you break those laws, there are consequences. It's my job to enforce the law.
So tell me.
It's not my moral compass.
I protected a tavern, and so I should be arrested for that.
That wasn't what you were arrested for.
So I abided by the law by stopping criminals, these people that were coming out of the well, and the thanks I get is being sent to jail.
What were the 20 other charges that they laid on you in court?
My past.
For what for
Have you
what
never
you
made
did?
mistakes?
I've made plenty of mistakes. None of them.
Okay, then you understand.
No,
You
I
understand
don't.
that sometimes
Let's
life
use
can
Ferros
change.
as an example. The guy
No,
who's
we're
going
not
through
using him
puberty.
as an example. We're not
No.
throwing-
Let's use him as an example. Let's do that. All right. When you were put in a cell, right? Ferros, right, sat in the cell even though the cell door was broken, and all I saw was him cast a spell. Now I may have been wrong. It may have been in play. Don't cast a spell in the city on people. Just don't do it. It's against the law. That's why he was arrested. Now, at the end of the day, he sat in his cell and didn't move. You, on the other hand, trampled across the city, beat a whole bunch of watch. You have clear disdain for the law. Now that has nothing
Because
to do with my
guess
moral
what?
compass.
The law doesn't
Okay.
give a shit
Zeke
about
is
the
not
people.
Zeke is not on a high horse, and the law does give a shit about the people.
Guys,
The whole
They
reason.
don't.
Can we just-
How many people have they sent down here, excluding you, to find this magic crystal thingy that's gonna help? That
Jesus Christ.
they sent you to get. They only sent it you, and you think they care about everyone in the city? They send one person.
Like I said, it's a worldview thing. I'm not going to argue.
So then it's done.
Haleth says, after you say, so that it's done, Qrevialur, he says, so, good chat. We gonna go?
Let's head back to the stairs and we can make our decisions there.
I agree.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's move you guys back. I'll move you back to...
Thank you.
Good stuff, guys. No, good stuff. Good stuff.
Can you just throw us all the way back to the stairs, or should we
I
move
certainly can. In fact, I will
Oh, that's
throw you all.
Well, before we go back, I wanted to pull Talron outside and talk to him.
You can do so while I grab you. And don't worry, Zeke. I know you're in like darkness and shit, but
I know. I was like,
you're like,
where,
oh, where am I?
go?
Yeah, there we go.
No.
Okay, nobody
And
move
Talron-
from this place. Don't move. No, Elbauthin, get back.
Okay.
Get back. Get back. Get back. Get back. Move back. Damn it.
When Talron and I are alone,
Thank you.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. I just have to know, Talron, why did you kill that lizard folk?
Okay. You really want to know?
I do.
You know, there was a time when those species, I once actually considered them as family once, you know? There was a time. But of course, the moment I was born into this world that we are living in right now, I knew instantly I was not like anything the rest of the tribe was like. They treated me like dirt. They treated me like the ground beneath their feet. They thrashed me around. Horrible stuff. Since the moment I was hatched. And so finally, the chief went out of his way to have me banished. You know that kind of shit holds a grudge, right?
I understand that, yeah. My second question then would be, and this is going to be a hard one to ask. I'm sorry, but does what happened to you in your past justify blaming the entire race for what happened to you?
Ferros wins the Dr. Phil award for this episode. I'm just saying, straight up. Like, honestly, like, I'm sorry to break this wonderful moment, but damn, twice in a row, just hitting home, man. He's hitting home. My heart.
Send you to the ranch.
I think we both you and me, Talon, have got a little bit of unjust anger that we've been using for quite a while here. And using it in ways we probably shouldn't be.
You're not the one that was brutalized every single day of your existence.
I perhaps didn't grow up in as quite as harsh of an existence as you did, but I wasn't devoid of hatred for other reasons. Something I realize now I put onto Zeke unfairly, that was put onto me.
By now, you guys have reached that sort of strange corridor with those squirming tentacles, which then reaches into, which you are very smart and don't go anywhere near, by the way. But you reach the end of that corridor with what you can assume to be just north of your position, the stairway down. What do you want to do?
I looked at Helen and looked back to Talron. So would you say both of us have a little bit of unjust anger we protrude onto far too many? I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. Do you think we both have some unneeded anger that we give out at the wrong times and the wrong people? Your problem's not with all lizard folk. Your problem's with your tribe. My problems are not with Zeke or you. My problems are a bit with myself in some ways.
The only thing I remember about my tribe is just the fire and the burning.
I know. It sounds terrible to know about that. It really does.
I don't think you understand.
Do you know who my mother is?
I know exactly who your mother is.
So you know I have at least some knowledge of some hell-sworn beings, at least, and what people may go through.
As well as your father, yes.
It's right about then where Elbauthin, you sort of sneakily move past this conversation, and you see that there is again this door that leads you to the northward passageway. Haleth sort of trails you relatively close behind because he's actually quite interested to see what happens.
I have to know, Talron. You're in some ways as strong as me. Can you forgive your own race for what they did to you?
Honestly, I'm not like you.
So you're not willing to forgive them?
Why should I?
And perhaps I'm not willing to forgive you.
Qrevialur. You see some of the group staying behind, some of the group verging forward towards the stairs. What do you do?
Okay. So, just explain to me which half is going where.
Haleth is standing by the stairs, not going down. He's sort of hands across his chest. He's got a great sword now that he's been given by Ferros. He sort of hafts it, sort of to check the weight. He's like, I'm not used to using this, but I guess I'll just like gonna swing the sharp point at the end, and hopefully it hits, right? I'm used to more sort of bashy kind of things, but I guess this'll do.
And what about the rest of them?
They're all
I
sort of
actually-
standing there, as far as I know. Zeke, did you make
I
a
actually-
decision?
I kind of have a light bulb moment, and I go back over to Zam and I say, "Hey, you probably know this level of the dungeon pretty well."
I mean, I know it a little bit. Rizaril is really the one who knows all.
And is Rizaril up here?
Oh yeah, he's on this level. I mean, he and all the rest of the, well, his little gang. I really wanted to be
Huh.
part of it with the rest of my family, but I guess
mean,
it
I
didn't
know.
work out too well.
Well, I mean, you're not stone anymore. Can't you be part of it now?
Yeah, I was hoping to head back, but this place is crazy dangerous, and I was hoping maybe, if you didn't happen to notice, it's why I've been hanging out with you the whole time.
Gotcha. I mean, I kind of look around at like Haleth and Nerthios, and I'm like, that is not uncommon. Well, we've got this guy here. And I point over at Nerthios, and I was like, he's looking for a wizard somewhere, something, some master somewhere on this level. Seen anybody like that around?
No. I mean, besides the one that turned me into stone?
Besides that guy, yeah.
No, that's the only wizard that I've seen.
Because like Rizaril might be able to tell us. Maybe you think?
Oh yeah, Rizaril's pretty powerful.
Interesting. I mean,
What's Rizaril's last name?
Checking. Making me do work. God damn it. Hold on
how
one second.
dare we?
Let's see. His name is. A minute. Smith. No, I'm just joking. It's not Smith. It is definitely not Smith. I've got a name here. There's so many rooms. So here we go. Rizaril. Does he have a last name? Nope. No last name. Just Rizaril.
Does Rizaril deal in the slave trade at all?
No, he doesn't. But he works for House of Rindar sometimes. And, also the Zentarum.
Okay. So he's kind of a free agent.
Oh, yeah, totally free agent. I mean, except when he's not.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Oh, maybe we should talk to him.
I mean, I was trying to get back to him the whole time, but you guys are all like, no, I want to go down. No, I want to stay up. No, I'm having an argument, so yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that lately. Sorry.
Trust me, I understand. I've got a family.
You and me both, pal. I'd be interested in helping you out and seeing what Rizaril has to say. I mean, shit,
So
man.
we're splitting up even further.
I don't
we're
know.
doing
What
right
are we doing, guys? Are we staying or are we going? It needs to be unanimous. I'm just trying to figure out. I
Well,
don't know.
it needs
Just
to be
trying to figure
unanimous.
shit out. Because I think it's a really, really bad idea to not go together.
Why?
Because while we may not get along, man, I think we kind of need each other to get through this shit alive.
I don't think so.
You don't. I do.
Originally, I did. When I was in the tomb, it was clear that we all needed each other. But here, we haven't even faced so much as a difficult threat.
Yeah,
The
but
unwise,
I
unneeded.
have a feeling it's just gonna get tougher the further we go. I mean, we're still pretty close to the surface in civilization, right?
Ferros, when you say we haven't faced that much of a difficult threat, you hear in your mind the voice of that wizard in that cave again. Just in your mind, Ferros. And he says, not a difficult threat. Huh. Shame. I'll just have to make it more difficult on you, then, won't I?
I'm just gonna say in my mind, hey, if you're going angry, perhaps you should,
He talks over
make
you.
me
He talks
help you out.
completely over you, ignoring what you say.
Oh, no.
And he says,
I'll keep talking over him too.
he says, minus 50
No,
points
you're
for
going
you.
mad.
And then he just
Going
disappears.
crazy. Mm.
I'm keeping track of all the
Cat
points, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Leroy, Jack, I rolled stealth and roll. Everyone does.
I just make a quick look down the stairs.
Okay. Seems to go down pretty damn far.
Same stairs as the last time.
I mean, what do you mean? Meaning the same, make?
Like scenery, like
Scenery? Yes, darkness is your scenery.
I see Devil's Sight
You see 120 feet
of darkness.
of darkness. Darkness! No parents! Yeah. Mhm.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Indeed. You'll find that to be the case. So, what are you guys going to do?
I already went down the stairs.
You start walking down the stairs? All right. Elbauthin starts walking down the stairs. Alice stays. The rest of you, what do you do?
I kind of look at Talron and I'm like, man, I brought you into this mess. I'll go wherever you.
I mean, I know there's something horrible going on down here. And I need to go find out what the hell it is and stop whatever the fuck is going on down there.
Well, good luck to you. Perhaps I'll meet you later once I'm done with my job up here.
Oh yeah. Abandon me again like you did last time. Sure.
I'm not abandoning you, murderer. I'm gonna walk off.
Okay.
Exactly what you're doing, asshole.
Halth walks behind Ferros. Qrevialur, Zeke, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for Talron.
Qrevialur walks beside Ferros, seemingly chosen to stay on the same floor. Zam, of course, walks in the same direction. Zeke, where are you going?
I said I'm waiting to see what Talron does. I told him I would do what he did.
It
Is he
looks
down the
like
stairs?
it looks like Talron's stepping down the steps, but I don't know if he's completely gone down yet. Talron, what are you doing? It's a tough choice, but you gotta make it, man. Okay. Looks like he's going down the steps.
I follow.
All right. So it looks like the party has been successfully split in two. I've done my duty as a DM.
But you didn't cause any of us to kill each other.
I like the
I
best
still have
part of this
I
is-
still have plenty of time for that.
The best, I think the funniest part of this is out of character is Ferros just basically got told, okay, I'm gonna ramp up the difficulty then, and then they go forward. It's like, your guys' problem now, bye-bye. You guys have fun down there.
Actually, he said he was going to ramp up the difficulty for him.
That's true.
Oh.
He did. Do you want to
I'm here.
reconsider? Qrevialur's like, shit.
Nah.
He said, nah, he didn't hear that.
No.
He didn't hear that at all. No, it was
Plus,
only in Ferros' mind.
He doesn't care. I just thought it was funny.
So as the camera, that we're gonna end a little early tonight because I want to sort of do some interesting thing. Because as the camera pans away from these two disparate groups, one going down the steps and one staying in this level of the dungeon. The camera sort of like, what does it do? It sort of turns and zooms back the way you guys came. It zooms along the hallways, and it zooms to that same little Modron who's just moving interminably around that square. And then it sort of stops and admires these beautiful magic pillars. And then moves past through all of these statues of creatures and humanoids, all trapped in horrific visages in stone. Most animals, a couple humanoid kind of creatures. And then it moves past all of these little corridors to the very end of the corridor. And at that end of that corridor, it goes around a tiny, narrow edge of a wall, of a secret wall, which none of you saw. And inside this room is a single statue. And that statue is of a man wearing long robes, his hair disheveled, his eyes wide in insanity, his mouth agape, and all over his robes are tiny little stone eyes. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Tiny little what?
Eyes. Eyes.
Oh.
So that's where we're going to end for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for all of you who stayed in chat, and those of you who rated and stayed as well. We broadcast this lovely little show here every Tuesday at 9:15 Eastern, going till just about this time, maybe a little bit later, depending on how awesome you guys are. And now we have a successful split of the party, just as I've always dreamed.
I tried.
You did try. You totally did. So this will make my life much more difficult in the next session because, God, I'll be like switching back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Because I don't want to do one of these things where it's like, meanwhile, and then the next session is the same thing that happened in the same time frame.
You might want to consider hiring a Codium for this.
No co-DMs in my life. I've had enough of that. But yeah, so we have some time to say goodnight to all the wonderful people in chat. Let's go ahead and let me just.
Before we do that, Matt.
Yeah, sure, man. Go for it.
You remember that joke that I told you about the 2 letters? Do you think you could do that?
The joke with the 2 letters?
Would you rather I don't maybe?
Why don't you tell the joke? Because everybody at this point, I think everybody could use a little bit of humor, but only if it's really good humor. Because if it's bad, I might have to take off some more points. Yeah. Go ahead and just
Wait, do I get points if I?
Maybe. If it makes me laugh,
Alright.
you might get points.
I'm trying to get the exact wording because it was better the way I worded it.
Okay, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
Yep.
Here we go.
So, today was sponsored by the letter A and the letter H. We are not responsible for any amount of H's that might proceed after.
Yeah. So
Come on.
I'm gonna go ahead and
great.
I'm gonna remove 10 points. Not like an enormous amount of points.
It was him screaming though.
Sure. So here, let me do you a favor. Why don't you go ahead and redeem yourself by rolling for me what the actual
Performance?
no, not performance. Roll for me the actual kind of yeah. Let's roll our this is perfect. Let's roll and see what it is that the actual send off credits are going to be like. Who is this episode going to be sponsored by? Right. So here, let me give us some. Yeah, let's do this. Go ahead and let's give it some music. Go ahead and give us a roll of. Let me think about this. How which one is it? Yeah.
Okay.
How about D20? Roll a D20.
Okay. Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20. All right, cool.
Woo!
So, let's see which
Wasted in a joke.
no.
Always.
Here we go. D20. Okay. This is great.
Tell me what it is and let me do it.
No. This episode is brought to you by the Archangels of Celestia. We would like to thank all those currently devoted to destroying evil everywhere. Remember, your excruciatingly painful death at the hands of evil will be nothing in comparison to the endless joys you will experience in Celestia. And now roll one more time for me, Qrevialur, a D100.
Alright.
You're gonna turn me into a plant.
If this episode was
16.
brought to you by Celestia, this episode was also brought to you by the good folks at Garrett Stone. Whenever I need good masonry done, I abduct those little dwarves myself, devoted little fools. They'll tunnel themselves to freedom in no time, but have a good night, everybody, because that's all the time we have tonight on Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Let's take it up here in the top left. Sarah, where can people find you on the internet?
I can be found on the internet at Lovely Llama on both Twitter and the Instagram.
Oh, that's right,
And-
Instagram. Ooh.
Yes, you have Instagram.
I have Instagram now.
Yes, mwah. Yeah, so follow me there. Probably starting in August, there will be some costume building going on there. So cool shit. You can look for the armor I laid out last year, and I will make
I'm in awe, honestly.
so many rivets. So many rivets.
Down here in the bottom left, we have Septur. Septur, where can people find you on the internet?
You can always find me on Twitter at Kane Rano, where I'll be posting whatever is, talked about the most. I post random shenanigans. Just feel free to give a follow if you ever feel like it.
One should always follow Kane Reno. Down here in the bottom, we have Drakon, who looks like a dragon. Hopefully we'll get his webcam working next week. Drakon, where can people find you on the internet?
I have someone to help me with this. Nertheos, come over here. Oh, yes! You can find Drakon at Overlord Drakon Overlord _ Drakon. Excuse me. My tag is a bit too long today. A little too much slobber. I'll be on there to answer any questions you might have.
I'm going to feel really sad when something occurs that kills that little son of a bitch.
Give him his points back, man.
I will give him his points back for doing such a wonderful Gollum-esque impression of Nertheos II. And down here on the bottom right, we have Kraw. Kraw, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me wherever you want to, baby.
Whoa, that is inappropriate.
Ferros.
Stream has turned 18 plus.
Yeah,
Don't actually do that.
that's okay. It's at Ferros. That's correct. Yeah, on Twitter. Up here in the bottom, not the bottom, the top right. We have Alex. Alex, where can people find you at the? My voice is slowly turning into like, I don't know. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, it's
A
awful.
drunk sports announcer.
It really is. It's that guy. All right, Alex, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Algorithm with a 1 and a 0 and Twitter where I tweet nothing. Or you can come visit me this weekend. I'll be in my bed.
Also inappropriate, but it's turning into that kind of a stream.
All right then, Alex, we will.
Don't worry, Alex, I'll be there.
This is really awkward.
Have toast to us.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
exactly. Okay, this is where we turn off the stream and say thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you again next week. Oh, God, save me from you people. Good night, everybody.
Never.
I love you all, but wow.
Episode with the curse.
Good night.
Yay.
Hey.
Jesus.
Out of our team. Out of game.
So Matt, where's the script for next week? Hey, you're the one who put the conflicting character in there, okay? What am I gonna do? What does Amanda do?
I guess I haven't revealed everything yet.
You gave my character a second son. You think he's gonna abandon his second son? Who said he was gonna die? You'll die first before he does.
This has became a really personal group of us.
Yes, you can.
Don't threaten my
I mean,
son.
at least I haven't revealed everything yet.
Yeah.